You were first, John. Hi, welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. I'm Taylor. Nice to see you. If you're new, please follow, please subscribe. We are live on Periscope and on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching live and on the replay. I appreciate you. Thank you to all of these lovely, lovely souls that literally make this thing possible. They make this show possible and so many other shows. We're live multiple hours every single day, pushing for a big, big dream. Probably take us years to get there, but we're pushing to get live 24 hours a day. So thank you to everyone who makes this show possible. And you guys can get your name on the big screen here and help to make this channel possible by going to nextjuice.com and clicking the support button. The link should be in both on Periscope and on YouTube. Shara first. Shara wants to hear the juice pour again. Stand by. Was it like a satisfying mist? Anyway, share our first comment to the broadcast on YouTube. They will have. Oh, Donna is still trying to convince me to come to a wedding with her. She just came in and said they'll have open bar. Donna, focus. We're talking about books. Hi, hi, nice to see you, Brent. No, no, Brent, it's nice to see you. I can't see you, so you're probably right. It's nice to see your comments. Squirrel in the house. Hey, John, what's up? Mitch, hey, welcome back, Mitch. I didn't think you'd be interested in books, but I mean, no, that wasn't nice to say. I'm just saying your name is questionable at best. One more time. Oh, you guys, YouTube's gonna ban me. Everybody got out of their system. Coley, thanks for inviting your followers and retweeting. Haven't seen you in a little bit. How have you been, Coley? I was feeling really trolly earlier, and I was gonna say call me Coley, but I forgot you changed your name. Bluebeard, hey, hi. Is your beard really blue? Wait, is that Bill? It's the bubbles, my bubbles, like Finding Nemo. You know, bubbles. My Donna, are you drinking? Are you trying to lure me to the wedding with beer emojis? Do you know that I switched from beer because I think beer was making me fat? So now I'm trying to drink the lowest sugar possible mix with vodka when I drink. I mean, we have the kids tonight, so I'm not drinking. And it's Thursday. We'll save that for the weekend. We don't have the kids this weekend, so brace yourselves. Also, we will be traveling to Atlantic City Saturday night. So I don't know how much content I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to try to get my full 3 hours in tonight, which means it's going to be a late one. And are we ever going to? Okay, hi, Bill. Are we ever going to get to the book? Probably not. This broadcast is about this book. Look, if you can get everyone to call me Trolley and not Trolley, I'll change it back. I have no control over the weird British people that don't speak English. Ray in the house. Ray Herring in the house. Yeah, Ray was just in our private broadcast. So was Dave. So was Donna. Who else was in there? Shara was in there. There were other people. Bill Kaneko was in there. So if you want, I'm sorry, I'm pointing so aggressively at you. If you want access to our private Periscope group, everyone who's at $25 right here from Bill Kaneko up has access to that group. And you can do that by going to nextjuice.com and clicking support. Or you can take $25 and go to the shop page instead and sign up for our mastermind group, which meets once a month. We're meeting again this Sunday, so it's really, really soon. This Sunday at 4 p.m., we're going to have our next mastermind call. We meet every month. We talk for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. It might go a little bit extra long sometimes. And we just talk about our goals, accountability, progress we've made, support that we can use, books we've read, ideas that we have, experiments we've been doing with our business, what's working, what's not, all different businesses, all different backgrounds, all different jobs, all different stages, ages, and genders of life. Okay, I feel like most people don't switch genders in life, but you guys, do you get what I'm saying? You get the point. Hi, Linny, how are you? Matt in the house, thank you for inviting your followers. Now, Donna, where is this wedding in Texas? Is it in Austin? Because I'm pretty sure Matt will also put the pressure on. You got groups I'm not in, or are you trying to hide from me? Yes, the whole purpose of the group is to escape from Emily because she gets loose in the scope, she gets crazy, she makes me pull out Hello Kitty items, and it's very distracting. Dub! Hello! Dub, also very distracting. You guys are all very distracting. We're not going to talk about this book, are we? I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. I finished reading this book last night, and it's awesome. Hello! And I'm going to give it 5 stars on my Goodreads page. So again, this. Who is in Austin? You're not in Austin? Holy crap. You're not in Austin? Houston? We have a problem. Okay. Why is this so not focusing on me? Look, I'm blurry. You guys look like, okay, we're good. 5 stars, holy crap. I rarely give a book 5 stars. This book gets 5 stars. Again, it's called Made to Stick, Why Some Ideas Survive and Others Die by Chip and Dan Heath, as the title states. And if you don't know, I read a new book every single week. Sometimes we talk about them, sometimes we talk about random weddings in Texas. So you're gonna have to follow and watch the replay so you can fast forward and skip through all this weirdness. Mike loves this book. Yes, Mike, I loved this book too. I'm so excited. I just finished reading it last night. I loved it from the moment I started it all the way through to the end. Who the other person is in Austin. No, she's going to a wedding in Austin, and I don't know if it's in Austin. She's going to a wedding in Texas, and she wants me to go. So anyway, I loved this book. It's about how to make an idea stick, and there are 6 components to making an idea stick. So if you guys like these types of books, I read a lot of different business and development books. Sometimes I go out of there and read a little bit of fiction, usually just because my sponsors force me to do it. So blame them. But if you like any of that, you can sign up for my book reviews 100% for free, so you don't have to sit through this long-winded, questionable book review by going to nextjuice.com and signing up right there. Just a name and an email. You'll be signed up. I only email you 3, count it, 1, 2, 3 times a year, once every 4 months, and it has a book review and summary of all the books I've read over those 4 months. So on average, there'll be about 16 books in there, and I put the best ones at the top. So if you get a little bit ADD, you get a little distracted, at least you see the most important and best books on the top, and you can just forget about the ones on the bottom, because chances are I don't recommend them or like them. I am a pretty picky critic. But I loved this one, so I hope that you will go check this one out. You can get it on, oh, I should have put the link to this on eBay, whatever, I forgot. I will try to remember to put the link to buy this book on eBay in the description on YouTube. Otherwise, just look it up, Made to Stick. You did a 30-second scope to prove that your beard is blue. This is amazing. Your armpits itch. You think your skin isn't liking this new deodorant, just in case I wanted to know. I did want to know that, Deb. As many of you know, I do put deodorant on while I'm live sometimes. And I have this weird natural deodorant. It's mango. Do I look naked right now? Does it look like I'm not wearing a shirt? I'm just wondering. Now I'm getting distracted. And it sucks. I have to put it on like 5 times a day. I have BO like all the time. Today the kids were telling me my butt smelled like poop. Okay, but that's again besides the point. So so if you guys don't, we're gonna talk about this book in about 10 years, all right? So just stick in, go get a snack. A week ago or so, I realized I felt like my tongue is white. Now, I've been thinking this for a long time, but sometimes you just get to a certain point where you're like, what's up with that, you know? So let's look at it together. I feel like that should not be the color of a tongue, right? It should be pink. So why is it so white? I don't know. Sometimes people tell me that I'm probably dehydrated, but I drink so much water, I really don't think it's that. I don't know if it's what I eat. I have cut dairy out of my diet to try to reduce acne, so we're gonna see if that works. You can see these pimples here, are my motivator for stopping dairy, which I've only been doing now for about a week. So we'll see. So I bought a tongue scraper, a stainless steel tongue scraper, and I've been scraping my tongue to see if that would help. And I would say probably no. Doesn't seem to look any different. And I started using mouthwash, which I will say did seem like it worked like immediately after I used it, kind of, but at the same time, not really. So I'm going to start using that. Question for you guys. I put this poll on my Instagram story earlier. If you're not following on Instagram, what are you doing? At NextJuice, same as here. NEX Juice, JUICE. I am having a hell of a time getting to 1,400 followers. I have like 86,000 followers on Periscope, and I can't even get to 1,400 on Instagram. So if you want to help me, go do it. Plus, that'll help you out for the special things we're doing next week that I can't talk about because I have Super Hearts turned on, but go back, watch one of my replays, like 3 videos before this one, and you'll see right in the title. It's very exciting. It has the number 600 in it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So follow me on Instagram if you're interested in that stuff. That's ASMR status. It's just an old tongue. No help for it. My tongue is getting old, Shara? Sarah came in here last night when we were playing trivia, and she said, well, my skin is white. Maybe I should try scraping it. Still waiting on my emails. 14 months. What do you mean 14 months, Coley? Coley, I don't know what to tell you. It's in your spam folder. Do you not check your spam folder? I send the emails. Who is anyone on my email list that actually gets my emails? Because what the hell, why aren't you getting them? I applaud you. You can see the previous ones. If you go to nextjuice.com, you don't even have to sign up. I mean, you should, obviously, but if you don't sign up, you can just click see previous emails and you'll see that they do exist. All right, what are we talking about? Do you guys use mouthwash every day? Did I already ask that? Do you use mouthwash every day? That was my poll on Instagram earlier. You love those types of books. Me too, Mike. Go sign up for the book reviews so that you don't have to sit through this craziness. I applaud you for reading so much. Thank you, Linny. I love reading. It's actually a great escape. And you know, I'm gonna have a confession now. We're not even gonna talk about this book, are we? All right, whatever. It's all right. I got like 2 hours of content left to go. Anyway, we're only 10 minutes in. It's fine. We're doing fine. Let's take a water break. You're not getting married yet, Matt? Matt, it's not your wedding. What are we even talking about? The hand over the lens only works on YouTube and editing to switch to the next segment. No, it did work. It worked. I'm now clear. Hello. Oh yeah, mouthwash. Okay, well, I don't know what I was just about to say. Oh, the confession? Oh yeah, confessions. Guys, don't let me forget. I'm gonna write it down. Where's my pen? Guys, guys, guys. Confession. I'm gonna circle it so I remember to do that next. Now, mouthwash. So my friend Sean, one of my first sponsors of this channel, he sent me a toaster, he sent me hairbrushes. He doesn't send money, he only sends items, and that's fine. If you want to send items, you can do that too, nextjuice.com, by clicking the support button. I have an Amazon wish list, or I have on my contact page a P.O. box where you can just send me whatever the hell you want. Anyway, he messaged me on Instagram. His name is Sean, and he told me that Listerine was originally intended to be a house cleaning product or something like a household disinfectant, and it failed, so they remarketed it as a mouthwash. Is that true? And then he said that's like if Lysol failed and was remarketed as a hairspray or something like that, or I don't even know what he said. And I was like, would Lysol be better than my crappy natural deodorant? Because what the hell is up with that? Anyway, confession. I have to confess that I did something that I would always give advice to other people not to do. And I did it. And I did it for like, I don't know, probably a few weeks. No more than a month, but maybe a month, where I was very distracted by trolls. There are some trolls out there. So trolls that come into my broadcast and are like, hey, let me see your boobs, or let me see your feet, or you're so stupid, you're so ugly, or whatever. It's fine. You just block them. It's like takes 2 seconds of your life. You don't even care. But people that spend their lives obsessing over your life and broadcasting lies about you for years, eventually, sometimes it might start to wear on you a bit, and it might distract you from your mission, your goal, and what you should be focused on. And if that happens to you, I'm here to empathize with you and say that I'm no better than you, and that was happening to me. Some of you are probably aware of this. I was having a hard time and struggling with many different trolls. I mean, they're still very active right now, but a few days ago, not many, just a few days ago, I had this realization that, listen, what I'm doing is awesome. Whatever they want to think about it, I don't really care. There's nothing I can do. My friend presented me with this article, and this was actually after I had already had the realization, but I love it. I talked about it on one of my other broadcasts about flat earthers. They call them science deniers. So this guy who's a scientist, he went to a flat earth convention where he got to interview and spend time around a lot of people who are flat earthers. And he was realizing he did this article. He wrote an article. He realized there was a lot of common threads for all of these people, these science deniers. Okay, here's their thought. They think the earth is flat. So he would ask them, what evidence would you need to see to be convinced that the earth is not flat? And the answer overwhelmingly and most commonly was there really is no evidence to convince them that what they believe is not true, which is the opposite of a science mind, which is open to the idea that they might be wrong and things may change. And when presented with new evidence, that they may need to change their hypothesis or their theories or what they think, their opinions. And that to me was so relevant to the trolls because they want to believe bad things about me and they want to believe it so bad that they miss so many other things that they could be trolling me about, which is great for me. And there is no amount of evidence that I could present to them to prove that what they want to believe is not the reality. So it's a waste of my energy. It's a waste of my followers' energy. It's a waste. Like I would be almost every single day, I'm being really honest with you guys, I would look up there's probably like four or five different trolls, and I wasn't looking everyone up every day, but every day, just about for at least a week or two, I was checking in with at least one of them just to see, hey, had they done a broadcast about me? If they had, I would scroll through it. I never watched a whole broadcast, but I would scroll through and try to figure out, okay, what are they saying? So I could be prepared with rebuttals and defenses. And you know what was happening? Nobody was bringing any of this information to my broadcast. Nobody was asking about it. Nobody's watching these broadcasts. These people are getting maybe a couple hundred views, and it's people that just love the drama and they want to believe the worst about me and about other people who are successful or people that they just don't like. And they want that so bad. So why take that from them? It's giving them some kind of satisfaction. And the reality is, I can't take it from them. The more I try to defend myself, the more they are just convinced that they are correct about me. And the other thing in this article was that science deniers will take the flimsiest bit of evidence, aka someone said something, as gospel. Yes, this is proof that what I want to believe is reality. This is the way that it is. And there's no amount, you could provide mountains of solid evidence to them proving something else other than what they want to believe, and they simply would not accept it. They would have conspiracy theories like the flat earthers do about NASA and the trolls do about me. So I realized that was such a waste. And I want to sincerely apologize to you guys because that was taking time away from me being able to read awesome books like the one we're talking about tonight, to create, find new content creators for this channel, to create new content myself. I did get a lot of content ideas from the trolls, which is a nice kind of spin for me. It made me happy. They gave me a lot of good ideas. However, I wanted to confess that I did kind of get caught up on that, but I am back focused to what I want to do. My main focus for me is really my own health. That's important. And then also mental health, right? Not focusing on the negative, but focusing on the positive, being healthy with what I eat, doing my yoga regularly, making sure that I'm providing quality content to you guys, staying connected to the people who are positive, who support me, who are sponsors of the channel and non-sponsors, just people that support me, and reading lots of books. That's really important. I think this is probably the most valuable content that I provide, this and the yoga that I teach. So I'm definitely back to focusing on that. So I wanted to kind of reassure you guys who knew that I was a bit distracted by the trolls that I have come out of my weird little dark space. So I love you guys. I'm 70 messages behind. I wanted to say that. Okay. If the right woman came around, you never know. Maybe Donna. Oh, wait, no, Donna's already married. Hi, Saul. No, huh? Maybe Brent, thank you for the super hearts. Love you. Why are we talking about this? Your butt smells like poop. Oh my God, this is potent stuff. Well, okay, so here's what happened. I farted really loudly, and I do that sometimes because I think it's funny. Usually it doesn't smell. Today it smelled badly, and I was like, I was freaking out. And Ed's like, oh, so disgusting. He's like, are you sure you didn't poop your pants? He always says that. Anytime that I fart and it smells, he tells me that I probably pooped my pants. Ed is my boyfriend, if you don't know. He has two kids and they really enjoy these types of moments. And he's like, did you poop your pants? I'm pretty sure you pooped your pants. He's telling the kids Taylor poops her pants. And they're like, let me smell your butt. Let me smell your butt. So they smell my butt and they go, ew, it smells like poop. And I'm like, I just farted. Of course it smells like poop. And then they go over and they smell Ed's butt and they're like, his butt smells good. He takes a shower. He did it right. He did a good job. I'm like, back. So then, of course, I'm curious. I smell his butt. It does smell amazing, but not because he showered, although he did. I witnessed it, but because he washes his clothes in Tide, which is a very powerful scent of like cleaning products. So anyway, yeah, my butt smells like poop. If your butt doesn't smell like poop, then tell me the secrets. It looks less white. Are we sure? I feel like it looks the same. Thank you, Matthew. You rock. Coated tongue. I know, Elope, isn't it gross? Why? Oh, I Googled why does my tongue white? You do not want to Google that. It's like you have dead cells, bacteria trapped between your taste buds. You have syphilis of the mouth. You have thrush or oral yeast infection. There's other things that I don't remember, and I was like, ah! But I don't think it's any of those. I did get my tongue scraper. I got two tongue scrapers, and I keep jokingly putting the second tongue scraper in front of Ed's because we have a his and hers sink. I keep jokingly putting it in front of his sink. I don't think he's used it yet, but I'm working on it. Hi, Poems. Okay, I just wanted to say hi. I just got home from a crazy day at work. Love you. Bye. Bye. I love you too, Emily. Sleep well. Yeah, your tongue needs certain bacteria. You're messing with it. Don't yell at me. Vitamin E is good for the skin. Okay, I think that's probably true, especially if I get sunburnt, which I did in Mississippi. Mississippi. I have a corn muffin I forgot about. Mini corn muffins are my favorite thing ever from this place called Roomba in Clearwater, Florida. Go get some. They're cheap. They're like $1 a muffin. You get a crap ton of followers and the numbers don't change. Is that just me? Oh, on Instagram, I feel like that happens. Yeah, like I'm like, oh, I'm getting followers, and I go look, I'm like, I lost 8 followers. Like, what the hell? Ew, spam, spam. I am in the wrong show. Oh my God, what happened? No, we are talking about this book. Made to Stick: Why Some Ideas Survive and Others Die by Chip and Dan Heath. Actually, I am doing something right now. Some of these ideas are going to stick into your head, even though that was not my intention, because I'm using stories to tell you them. And I did not intend, that's not intentional. That's just because I'm a live streamer, been doing this a while, and I know that stories are somewhat entertaining and interesting to people. And I think it's funny to tell you my growth stories. But that's actually the sixth component of a sticky idea. Making an idea stick is using stories to convey your ideas. Try rinsing with salt water. Ooh, salt water. I'm going to write that down. Saltwater rinse. I like that, Lope. I'm going to try everything. Give me all the white tongue remedies. Did you see my question, Lenny? I don't know. Did I? Scrape skin if you want to bleed. No, it's not like, no, it's smooth. It's like a smooth metal thing. It doesn't make me bleed. I think Taylor's just trolling me. She's like, I'm leaving her out of these emails. No, I'm not. Sometimes birth control can cause breakouts. I don't know about tongue. What you eating that's white? I cut dairy out of my diet recently, but I also don't have, I don't use birth control. Taylor Madish, definitely wrong show. Probably. You said support's weird. I'm trying to say the T because I noticed that my upstate New York accent makes me not say T's. So I say support, and that's just weird to me. Wolf Puppy threatened to slap me today. Did you like it though? There's something called the FDA. I don't know, but my hygienist said not to use Listerine. Really, Teresa? What? Fook those people. Fook them. Using mouthwash every day will dry out the mouth. Only use it every few days. I feel like we need to do a broadcast about this. Stream mouthwash. Yeah or nah? Brent, thank you for the super hearts. Oh, Bill, thank you for the super hearts too. Jenny, hey, I think I saw you share on Twitter. Thank you. Charlene in the building. I am way behind on comments. You guys are going to be gone by the time I even get to see your comments. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Sometimes people are just so disappointed with their own life, they have to bring others down too. You've made a niche for yourself. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell I do exactly, but I really enjoy it. They're jealous of the success of others. What's the thread count? The thread count is 1. The earth is flat. I'm the chosen one, John Goodman. Oh my gosh, Sebastian, you're not even in Sebastian's account. When you're being yourself, your delivery is completely awesome. This is often the case. I appreciate that touchy wires, but I have found, I talked about this in my Mississippi broadcast when I came home and talked about what I learned, that when I meet people in person from Periscope, they tend to like me more after meeting me in person than they did when they just watched my channel. And I was trying to think, why is that? I'm like, what am I doing wrong with the way I'm presenting myself on my live streams? And I realized that I'm kind of on stage right now. You know, I know that the whole world is watching. I know that if I start to get boring, that you're just going to leave. And I know that you're not going to support this channel or send any money if you don't find value in the content. So I'm trying to create value. I'm trying to read books, teach you about books, teach you about yoga, talk about interesting topics, talk about politics, talk about college, you know, have good discussions, have debates, have fun game shows, and do things that are valuable to you guys and provide entertainment at the same time. So I kind of balance education, entertainment, really with positivity as my focus. Smiles. How can I bring joy to these people all around the world? What's going to make them happy? When I'm hanging out with somebody, I'm just hanging out with them. You know what I mean? I'm not like, how can I create value? It's not business. You know, this is my business. This is my job. I'm trying to figure out how can I most successfully monetize this. When I'm hanging out with friends, I'm not like, oh, how can I monetize this friendship? You know what I mean? It's a little bit different. I'm just hanging out. We're hanging out, we're talking, we're having a good time, we're listening to music, we're, you know, talking about whatever we want to talk about, we're eating food, sharing meals together can be really powerful, and I'm seeing someone face to face, right? I'm not just reading comments. It's not a big monologue from me. It's a conversation and it's more relaxed. And I think that I am pretty authentic when I broadcast here. I mean, I tell you guys pretty much everything, but I am different in person, at least a little bit, probably a little bit more dialed down. not so intense, not constantly trying to smile and, look my best. I'm just even more real, and I think that's what really people value. So I am going to try to put together a meetup in New York City at the end of August. So clear the end of August. Let me know what dates don't work for you guys, because I want to meet as many of you as possible, especially if you're within some type of driving distance of New York City, or if you can fly in. I would love to meet you guys. I'd love to do a Next Juice meetup, really a Periscope meetup, but Next Juice, in Periscope, where it's like, where is the line even between those two things? But thank you, Touchy Wires. I appreciate that. I've heard them. They are batshit crazy. Don't let them steal your joy. Ooh, joy! Look, me and you jinxed about joy at very different times, because you probably said that like 20 minutes ago. We've been live for 26 minutes, and I have not given you the 6 keys to a sticky idea. I gave you one, which is stories. You can't change someone's mind that doesn't want to believe the truth. Facts. Yeah, Heinz, you'd probably actually really like that article. It's like an Apple News thing. I don't know if you can access it from Android. You can't change. Okay, okay. Oh, I already said hi a few minutes ago. Hi again. Anyway. Oh, hi, Bill. Yeah, you said hi in the private group, right? Can I be your lawyer? How much do you charge? How much do you charge? Thank you, Livid. You are better than that. Thank you, Touchy. I appreciate that. My numbers are back. 4 minutes, 26 seconds per viewer. Let's go. Are you trying to apply? nextjuice.com/apply. Send me some links to some 1-hour videos that you would like to do as a show weekly on this channel, and I will consider you. Jenny, thanks for inviting your followers and sharing on Twitter. You won't win. They are brainwashed by their own BS. Jaybird, I've never seen anyone talking bad about you. Thank you, Jaybird. Yeah, that's another thing. That's the thing, is like, I was focused on it, and so I therefore thought like other people were focused on this. They aren't. They're not. Like, these are the only people. They're like, it's all like they keep it in the family, right? Like, one of them drama scopes, and they all kind of go in there. It's like a what do I want to call it? It's the word that we talked about when we were talking about people that use drugs. It's like a community, like a sub community of people that all have something in common, and other people outside of that community aren't even really aware that that community exists. It's like wasted breath, like arguing with a brick wall. Sometimes it feels like that when I'm live, because I can't hear anybody talking back. I don't endorse all your content, but this is your world and I can accept it or move on. What content don't you like, Lope? That's really valuable to me. It's valuable to know what you guys do really like, but in my own head, I'm like, oh, my content is amazing. So what you don't like is that's where I can really learn. I'm glad you're over there. Thank you, Deb. Don't be hard on yourself for being human. Okay. What those people think or say about us is none of our business. It's a waste of time. True. Very true. Another example of cognitive blindness. Yes, JC. Yeah, we were talking about that when we talked about college educations. Hi, Fro. Distracted by trolls. No way. It happened. It happened. All right. It's not going to happen again. Allow me to be distracted by trolls once every 2 years, and I think we'll be just fine. Everyone type 1 if you think Taylor is awesome. Show some love to a friend. Dub just puts a 1. No one else does. Like a cockroach. A cucaracha. La cucaracha. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know the words. I knew I smelled something. Oh, my fart? Yeah, sounds familiar. Who farts? Does Heinz fart? That troll the other night was a sad. Oh, yeah, boxing. That was like the worst trolling I've ever seen in my life. Poems, thank you for the super hearts. Whoa, you made it this far. This is amazing. Stop. No butt talk here. Thank you, Jaybird. Throw up some ones for Taylor. Least we could do to show some love. It's all good. Stop saying poop your pants. I want to give more hearts, but not for that. Brent, I pooped my pants just now. As your PR agent, stop. Me too. I love Tide. Real talk with Tay. This is true. If the paint comes off the walls, you're in trouble. Anal bleaching. Ew. Trolls, flat earthers, intestinal gases, Taylor's all over the map tonight, and we're still not talking about sticky ideas, but I have a pretty good feeling you're going to remember at least one of these stories, which means it's sticky, and I'm sorry about that. Ooh, sticky. Ugh. You can't Google anything medical. I know, but it's fun. Can you say something encouraging so I can give you the rest of these super hearts? Poop my pants? Okay, now I'm just having fun with myself. Whoa, Derek, freaking trips. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Thank you for the super hearts. Good to see you back. I'm about 50 messages behind, so let me try to power through these and get caught up. Good summary. Thank you. Do I eat yogurt? I've cut dairy out now. I was showing my mom how cool you were earlier and random. It was all butt talk at that moment. Tango, do we ever talk about anything besides butts on this channel? What is up with this? Sounds like a sticky situation. Exactly, Fro. I'm jinxing with all of you guys minutes apart. I asked it again. Use scope mouthwash. Okay, I'm gonna put that for our stream where we talk about mouthwash. Listerine versus scope. Okay, okay, okay. Mouth flush broadcast, yes. And then some super hearts. Dude, you are in the right spot. You didn't think you were, but you are. 3 years later, my afro came back 3 times. Hey, didn't you buy your followers? Hey, somebody muted that person? Wait, we don't mute people for asking questions. I did not buy my followers, no. I've never bought a follower in my life. But thank you for asking, Corey. It's your physical energy. I love that attitude. I thought you were cool since Fem Yoga days. You rock, Taylor. Thank you guys. More meditation. Taylor needs do. Speak fast. She does. Meditation streams would be good too. Meditation stream. Maybe we'll do that tonight. Whoa, sorry, we've encountered a loading error. Please try again. I don't know what that means. Listerine was sold as a floor cleaner and a treatment for gonorrhea. Okay, so basically, if I do have syphilis of the mouth, we should be good now? Is that what we're saying? I'll be calling in sick to work. Yeehaw! What? Touchy wire is why. Odol? Odol. Odol. What is that? I've never heard of that. Odol? Hi, Casey. Okay, I'm only 20 messages behind. We're getting there. Circle jerk. Don't say that. Click. What? We're talking about just, we're talking about keeping in the family. Yeah. Just stepping in to give love. Peace. Hi, Jim. Peace to you as well. I've been seeing you in Heinz's broadcast too. What's up in the house of pain? Wayne, are you even here? I'm so far behind. Wayne, you made it. Sorry, I get really far behind on comments. I go on tangents. I'm getting caught up. People are that messed up. That's called parliament. How about dancing classes, Taylor? I would love to learn how to dance. I enjoy dancing poorly, but that sounds good. I'm writing all this stuff down. No worries, you're not always going to take 100 all of the time. It's the way of things. Yeah, that's true. Is Ned back home? Ned? Who's Ned? Hi, Mark. Sticky or stinky? Ooh, both? Ooh, boxing. Thank you for the super hearts. Appreciate you, man. All the way from Scotland. The internet is a very amazing thing. Shout out to Kayvon for making Periscope, which I love so much. Please don't shut me down, even though I talk about farting. Why do I smell something every time I tune in? Sorry, I didn't fart just now. It was hours ago. It should be aired out by this point. I've been good. Thanks for asking. Super busy, but I had to pop in and say hi. Oh, Derek. Okay, great. Well, thanks for coming in. I'd love to hear what you've been up to. You're a graphic designer, right? I hope you're having a great time with your business and whatever else is going on. I hope all the busy stuff is positive, and I hope to see you back soon. Time to make another drink. What are you drinking, Wayne? I recently decided to stop drinking beer, and I don't know anything about any other kind of drinks. I have an Odol for pleasure. Oh my God, I think she forgot about reading the book. I read the book already. You buy followers. I'm kind of cheap. When do I get my check? You know, that always happens. People come in, they're like, don't you pay people to follow you? And then all my followers go, how come I haven't been paid? When am I going to get paid? And I'm like, damn, you guys. I don't pay my followers. I don't buy my followers. You're not going to get a check. I do pay Auburn to do administrative work for me. So if you'd like a job on the channel, let me know. I don't have any jobs for you. Unless you want to be a content creator. I pay you for that. But you don't have to follow me if you don't want. I actually don't know if Rosanna follows me. Just saying. Definitely probably not, especially if the song market it for that anymore. I don't know what that means. Hi Chris, how are you? This is Super Fro from the future giving you a high five. Ned Flanders. Oh my God, Wayne and Dub, you said Ned Flanders at the same time. Apparently it doesn't save 30-second scopes. Going to start broadcasting here again though. It didn't save it? That's weird. Aloha, Eunice. How you doing, man? We just did Hawaii and Jamaica, the islands. I don't know. Who's Blueberry Guy on the screen? That's not my blue. You know, nobody has noticed that yet. Nobody has pointed that out yet. Yeah, Blueberry Guy. Who is it? Is it your Blueberry Guy? It might be. Can you imagine rubbing Listerine on your junk? 10 out of 10 do not recommend. Like those commercials with all the dentists. They're like, I just made deviled eggs, so that might be the smell. It's Derek's fault. Thank you, Derek, for being, just coming back in, taking the brunt of the blame. You're a true friend. A true friend. Crown with a splash of Sprite. With a splash of Sprite. Not a splash of Crown. Sipping on gin and X juice. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my juice. Wait, no, mind on my juice? My juice on my mind? I don't know. Mind on my... I don't know. Anyway. Juice on my mind on my juice and juice on my mind. There it is. All right. Crown with a splash of Sprite. Sipping on. Okay, well, I'm reading comments twice. Nobody paid me to follow, but I get a nickel for every heart I pump. Shut up, Saul. No, you don't. That would be the stupidest investment ever. Like, I pay you to send me hearts that I get no money for. I'm currently having a screwdriver minus the vodka. So basically, you're drinking orange juice. I want next juice. You should make it one day. She pays me to come in and make jokes in friendship. Oh, I pay you in friendship? Okay, that's maybe true if that's considered payment. I wish that a lot of places like airlines accepted friendship as payment because we are genuines. Geniuses? Oh my God, deviled eggs. Who eats that? Some people love deviled eggs. Anna makes some good deviled eggs, according to my family. I wouldn't know because I wouldn't eat them. When am I seeing you? What the hell? That's Ed, I think. The Periscope UI changes are weird. You haven't been here in a while, DG? What's weird? If you have a job for going on scopes and talking crap, I'm available. I do not have a job for that. I'm not hiring any trolls right now. My roster is full. It's actually overflowing. Is there a see more butts in here? Wayne. Why are my eyes watering? It's like I'm trying not to laugh, and the pressure building up inside of me is causing my eyes to water. Explore rum. I used to like rum. Hi, Sarah, how are you? Airlines pay me to be pretty on the plane. Okay, well, can you teach me how to be pretty so that I can get that deal? I'm a devil who likes eggs. I like eggs. I'm not really a devil, and I actually don't like eggs. I don't know why I said that. I like scrambled eggs covered in so much ketchup that you can't taste the fact that you're eating eggs. Guess what? I'm caught up in the comments. So now, let's talk about this book. If you haven't shared yet, you can share now because we're actually going to talk about the books now. I mean, book. Eunice, thank you for the super hearts. Did I say that? Thank you guys. Made to Stick: Why Some Ideas Survive and Others Die by Chip and Dan Heath. No, I'm not one comment behind. No. I Know How to Break Your Heart. Wait, what? Because we're going to talk about the book now? I took the Walmart thing one time and asked Seymour Butts to come to customer service. Quick, everyone comment. So, you guys don't. Why are you even here? We're 37 minutes in. We have not talked about this book at all. This is why I have no subscribers on YouTube. Well, I have 1,000, but you know, it stays pretty level at 1,000. So anyway, this book talks about how to make an idea stick, how to get sticky ideas, and they use the analogy of Velcro and how. Brent, you stop that. Dub. I love you too, Eunice. Okay, all right, Donna, I love you. Have a great night. I love you, and I hope you dream of deviled eggs. Moderator Reed, signing off. Too sticky, not a good idea, cannot wash clean. Guys, you're subscribed twice? Well, thank you. I need all the help I can get. We're here because we're paid in full joy. You're here because you're getting paid, so just pipe down and let me finish the content. Do I know what this is? I've seen Steph do this before. It's like we're like touching, like if we're both in the ocean at the same time, we're touching or something like that. You said sticky? I did. Anita Bath. Actually, Wayne, we learned last night during trivia that it's illegal to take a shower in Cheyenne, Wyoming on a Wednesday. But it's Thursday, so you're good. Once on my TV account and my phone account. You have two different accounts, one for your TV, one for your phone? Well, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. So think of Velcro. Velcro works because it has a lot of hooks and it causes things to stick together in a very successful and satisfying way. That one was for Shara, who thinks that the mist in California is very satisfyingly moist. Moving forward. So that's what you want. You want your idea to have a lot of hooks, a lot of mental hooks, so that people will remember it, and you also want them to care about it. So you want to get their attention, you want them to remember it, and you want them to care about it. Jason, thank you for the super hearts. I love you more than Game of Thrones, and I love GOT a lot. And then a foot emoji? What, do I have to show you my foot now because you sent super hearts and you love me? Whoa, why is it so white? Whoa, guys, look at my foot! Why is it like that? What? How long was I sitting on it for? Does this happen to you guys when your foot is cold? Okay, this is something I noticed one time in the shower. Look at that. It's like the blood doesn't go back into it. This is weird. That is not a good looking foot. This is good. This will keep all the foot trolls away. Foot scraper. Scrape it. Front and touchy wires. Your foot is whiter than your top too. You have foot. What's happening to bring the because you had pressure on that side only. Well, this actually happens. So if I get in the shower and my feet are cold, my feet feel cold right now, and I think because I stuck them under my legs, which are warm, it does this weird thing where it, like the blood doesn't go back into it. Amanda hugging kiss. Amanda hugging kiss. Okay, that's funny. It took me a minute to get the first part of it. Tongue disease is traveling. You guys thank me because you saw our foot. Wait, look at the other foot. This one has it going on down here a little bit. What the heck? Look at it, it's like getting so white. Ooh, the toenails look nice. Ooh. Wow, it's so weird. All right, enough of that. So, foot and hoof and mouth disease. The Center for Disease Control is gonna knock on my door. I have bad circulation. I know, what's going on? Is this a book review or a foot review, though? What is this? What is that, though? Stop trying. Stop sticking your foot in your mouth. That is not a yoga position. So, to make an idea very sticky so that it will stick in people's minds so they will remember it, it will get their attention, and they will care about it. Grinder. Was about to super hard, but no. Oh, Bluebeard blog. Wait, is that Bill? Yeah, it is Bill. Bill, how many accounts do you have? If I stop showing, if I agree not to show my feet for the rest of the broadcast, will I get super hearts? Be a perfect night if you show armpit. JC, you got me to do it once. Now feet guy is lurking. You need to ask Steph to explain. I think the wheels have come off this topic. Attack of the Zombie Whitefoot. If you start doing foot puppet talks, I'm gonna crack up. Bluebeard just said super hard, so now I'm not allowed to do foot puppets because I would totally was about to do it. Who knew this book was about this? Million copies just from Taylor's review alone. Taylor, for real, do you know my enormous butt? My I did not get that till I said it out loud. Oh my god, I'm getting old. I can't laugh that hard. I need water. Okay. And you guys will remember my feet. You might not. There wasn't really much sticky about that. Thank you, Bill, for all those super hearts. He's like, seriously, do not pull that foot out again. What's my enormous butt? I don't understand this English. My enormous butt. Tongues, booty, and feet. Oh my! Oh, and Ed shows up. He's like, what about your enormous butt? Because I am here now to shut this down. I know, I just chugged most of that water bottle. I handed the kids, I asked the kids if they wanted some water earlier, and I gave one of them a water bottle, and it was like mostly full. And he was drinking, he was taking forever to drink it because he kept laughing, so he couldn't finish drinking it. So I gave the other son, one of stepson, my stepson, the other kids, one of these, and like with like this much in it, and he takes it and he goes, "What the hell is this?" And thank you for the super hearts. I love you. White tongue, white foot, white chair, Cadillac, that boy's a time bomb. What? You seen that new drink they came out with? Is it called Next Juice? I'm 28, Sarah. This gives new meaning to Foot Patrol. This is getting juicy. We need a beer. I don't drink beer anymore. Maybe. Urinator on the rocks. Ivan Jurgen. Oh! Guys, guys, the book. The book. We're talking about this. Ed, I swear we've been talking about this the whole time. We've been live for 43 minutes. Thank you for the super hearts. We're at 17,000 now. 8,000 more super hearts, and we will completely stop talking about the book and do something else, like cash cannon or costume or hula hoop. I'm just saying. What book? Yeah, the one in the title. You know, the one that matches this over here. Look, that's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's like it could be that. Oh yeah, the book. So, in order to make your idea sticky, there are 6 components to a sticky idea. I'm going to say it first, and then we'll unpack each of the 6 components together. Best book talk ever. Maybe Mac. It might be cool if we ever actually get to it. It's not real duct tape. No, no. It's just, it is textured though. Wait a second. No, no. Okay. I was like, wait a second. Obviously, it's not, it's got the word on it. Oh, I'm such an idiot. But it does feel pretty real. Made to stick to your tongue or feet. Oh, it's a beautiful shade of orange. Thank you. There's a book in this book review. There is, Bill, somewhere buried inside. We put glue to stick the idea. Da? Niet. Niet. No, no glue. No. This review is going to get Dan Heath a lot of business. I would disagree with that. They're talking about your butt? It was his butt, yes. How'd you know? You write idea on paper, use glue, stick on forehead, become sticky idea, yes. That's one way to do it. The 6 components you can remember with the acronym SUCCESS, chop off the last S. So SUCCES. Success, success, not success. You get it? SUCCES, success. Butts sell books, ship it. Oh my God. It's the only way I know, and I'm very limited. So, what is going on here? Does Dan Heath know what's going on here? Probably not, because I have about 63 people watching this, so I'm pretty sure we're safe. Now, the first S stands for simple. Here, actually, let me say it all together, and then we'll unpack it. Simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional stories. I talked a little bit about stories so far, just because it occurred to me that I was telling you guys weird stories, and some of them would likely stick in your head just because they were stories. And also, they had the you. They were unexpected, right? Like me farting and Ed saying that I pooped my pants and the kids sniffing my butt. None of you saw that coming. I can guarantee it. I realize I'm contributing to the problem, not gonna lie. Beer cures white tongue. You guys are so helpful. You're all contributing to the problem. Yeah, I did tell that story. I did. So that's the last one is stories. Stories are really important. There's not a whole lot to say about that other than your story is if you tell something in terms of a story, it's going to be much more memorable than things like stats. Stats are helpful, but stories are more memorable. Watson Herbush, please come on down. Farts do stick around. Oh my gosh, sexy under cute cat S sexy sexy. No, just one S at the end. One S at the end. SUCCES. Farts, okay. If you can evoke emotions, you can really reach people. Yes, so the E is for emotional. I mean, they were so honest. We talked about how your butt smelled nice, okay? Get over it. Jolly Ranchers fix the tongue stitch. Jolly Ranchers, is it bad? We did see that story coming. Okay, Brent might have seen that story coming, but that's just because he hangs out with me too much. You're not cool unless you poop your pants. Oh yeah, what's that from? That's from something. Success. There we go. Derek is the only one paying attention. Shout out to Freakin' Trips for sending super hearts and actually listening to anything outside of farts and poop and butts and feet. Thank you, Derek. You are truly a gem. You stand out among all of the comments with an actual acronym. Success. Simple, unexpected, credible, concrete, emotional stories. Got it? I posted this on my Instagram channel last night. It might still be up. I know they're only up for 24 hours, but if you're not following me on Instagram, it's Next Juice. Nex Juice, just like this. NEXJUICE. What? Saul, you just muted Ed. Shara Cock. I like your neck circumference today, but really? Neck circumference? What's up with my eyebrow, though? It's Rip Your Pants and a SpongeBob. Dan is going to appreciate this review very much. I think that's probably not the case. But I like it. Okay, simple. This is important. We have something called the curse of knowledge, and in the book they use capital letters, capital C, capital K. Curse of knowledge, because it is like an evil villain that we all have. When we know to the lady part. Very nice nose, very attractive. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can we focus? It seems interesting so far. Thank you, Coley. Someone is being nice, momentarily at least. JC, thank you for the super hearts, and I didn't even have to show armpits. Woo! Okay, I'm done. Wayne, I don't believe you, but I hope you're enjoying your drink. Do you like sleep? I very like sleep too. We do together. You always ask me this, Eunice. Yes, I love sleep. You still haven't shown up. It's very rude. You're leading me on. It's not happening. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. JC is going to get us to 25,000 super hearts. We're going to have to do something weird and not talk about this anymore. Simple. Let's at least do this. Get to the core of the idea. What is the core of your idea? Try not to bury the lead. So in news, they have a concept called burying the lead. You have your headline, something that gets people's attention. It's basically the summation of the story. It's the most important part of the story, and you can bury it by providing a lot of extraneous, irrelevant details. Too much background, too much context, basically. People have short attention spans, and editors in newspapers, they actually, and even with news stories, they lop off the last few paragraphs of a story if they need to shorten it up, because that's the way that it's expected to be written, is that the most important information is right up in the front. And that's how I write my book reviews. So if you are signed up at nextjuice.com for my free book reviews, which I send 3 times a year, the books I liked the most are at the top, and the books I like the least are at the bottom. So if you don't make it to the bottom, it's really no big deal because I'm not trying to bury the lead. And that's what I do a lot. I do tend to bury the lead. I am the queen of too much information. I dubbed myself with this title back when I was working at a medical equipment company, and I used to give people way too much information. So I was helping them process insurance. People with Medicaid, people with private insurance, government insurance, people that were paying out of pocket. People out of pocket is actually, let's leave that apart. But when insurance was involved, I knew a lot about it. I knew all the codes, I knew all the requirements, I knew what the doctor needed to provide, I knew every little detail. I knew the approval process. I knew everything so much about it that when someone would ask me a pretty basic question, chances are I would just go way overboard and give them way more information than they asked for and kind of overwhelm them with knowledge. And have you ever heard the concept like trying to take a sip out of a fire hydrant? That's kind of like my knowledge, my information with certain things. I just, boom, I give so much that people can barely even take a little bit out of it because it's just so powerful and just way too much. And when I was training people, it was the same thing. I knew so much about the job that when I tried to train a new person, they would just give me this blank stare, like, what are you even talking about? Using technical jargon. Just, I wasn't keeping things simple. I wasn't simplifying things. I struggle with that. That's something that's really hard for me. So when reading this book, that was a good reminder. Okay, find the core of the idea and try not to go too far outside of that, which I'm already doing just by explaining what the word simple means. You're not trying to dumb it down. That was something important they mentioned in the book. You're not trying to dumb your ideas down. You're just trying to find the core, the meat, the most important part of the message and provide that. Lead with that. Let your audience probe for more information through questions. You got lame jokes. I tried to take a sip out of a fire hydrant. It blew me 20 feet across the road. Your face probably also is no longer intact. Holy sparkle hearts. Wait, sparkle hearts? Who did it? Who did it? JC? Yeah, he said 6,000 super hearts. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for the last big super heart, getting us to 25,000 super hearts. You guys know what that means. We interrupt this broadcast, which has been pretty much interrupted the entire time, to bring you whatever Ed wants. Hula hoop? Cash cannon? What's the other thing? Costume? What else? Whatever you want. We just, whatever the top contributor Super Hearts wants when we get to 25,000 Super Hearts, that's what we do. So his wish is my command. And he's my boyfriend, so let's hope it's not end the broadcast and come to bed right now. First 20 seconds of a video is most important, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's got to hook your audience. It's got to be interesting. And they might not stay tuned for the whole thing. Like in broadcasting, I'm not great about this, but you should, do your most important content right in the beginning because someone might watch the replay and they just watch that first little bit and then they go away and they kind of miss it. They don't really get the point because you didn't put that simple core of your message right in the beginning. You didn't lead with the lead. Bury the leak. Dubbed, only I dub. What about dab? Okay. Did you ever check out 100 Years of Solitude? No, what is that? Get to the core of the attic. Oh my God, boxing, we do have to go in the attic. Can you remind me this weekend? Because the kids are asleep up there again. Sounds like a porno, if I'm being honest. Thanks for the quality programming, Taylor. Have a great night. Thank you, Touchy. I'm glad you found quality in this 53 minutes of WTF. I'm a robot who shocks his brain using transcranial direct current stimulation. Do not require sleep. But Wayne, what about your horsehair bed? Don't you want to sleep in it? Wait, Wayne, did you really get the shocking thing? Have you been using it? All right, wait, I need to know about this. The cool kids also pee their pants. That's what I thought, Dr. Waddell. You act like I'm that trolley coley person. Geez, I thought it was trolley coley. The core is lava. Do you like? Oh, wait. Yeah, the core is lava. Actually, you said it, and now yes, perfect. No, the people need you. Thank you. My ear is moist. Mike's making weird feedback noises again. Did I just fix it? Did I fix it? Because my ear felt weirdly wet. I wonder if that's what causes it. Only 9 volts for this bad boy. Wait a second. My vote is for transcranial direct current stimulation. I don't have one of those machines. Wait, have you been doing it, Wayne? Mine was fine. Moist, stop it. Oh, sorry, Bill. Sorry, Bill doesn't like feet or moist. No feedback here. Brent, clean your ears out. Do you guys use Q-tips? Do you use them every day? You best love to be woken up with your smooth voice. Thank you, Poems. I'm glad you think my voice is smooth. Sometimes I think it's annoyingly high pitched. So thank you. I love you. And I'm glad I helped wake you up. What are you doing now? You going to work? Have her plank, bring back planking. Squirrel scope. Oh yeah, no, yes, the ADD. I thought you meant that's what you wanted me to do for 25,000 super hearts. I'm like, I don't have a squirrel handy. What the hell? I'd like to finish this review. Wow, Ed, that's the best thing anyone has ever asked for 25,000 super hearts. I love you so much. This is why we are in love. I only use the good Q-tips, the cheap ones bend. Do not put things in your ears, kids. It went away after you cleared the moisture. Yes, but not every day. Never seen this self-wet willy. Kudos. Thanks, our club. Push wax into ear. I've heard it does that. I've heard that it does that. But I still use them. It feels so good. Moist feet. Forgot the ear emoji. Yeah, Ed. Yeah. So Ed is a new iPhone owner, and he is very excited because now he can just type the word he wants and the emoji appears. They aren't good to use every day. We'll definitely remind you, Tay. Happy days. Oh, thank you. Are you gone? I'll see you later, boxing. Seems to have gone away. Mine was fine. Okay. Okay. I've been known to scratch my ear with a car key. Whew, that sounds so good. That made my foot kick a little bit like a dog. Oh my God, it's so fun. Don't do it, and I'm disappointed in you. No, I'm not disappointed in him. I'm very excited about this. So U stands for, well, let's make sure I'm not missing anything here. I have to sneeze. Everybody turn your volume down. Excuse me. Welcome to iPhone, Ed. I know, right? Oh, you're disappointed in him because of the iPhone? I thought because he wanted me to do book review. Or both of those reasons. Welcome to the dark side. Thank you. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Chango. Thank you, Derek. I've seen an ad where it's like an electric toothbrush that sucks the wax out of your ear. Wayne, stop. Do not even tell me I better go catch it. Wayne, Wayne, Wayne. I have one for you. Knock, knock. Matt, you better go get me a Gatorade out of I don't have a Gatorade. U stands for undivided attention. Interrupting cow. Moo. Okay, good. I hope it doesn't stand for undivided attention because we are not being very sticky in that case. I use Q-tips to clean between my toes. LOL, just kidding. Is she kidding though, you guys? Do you think she's really kidding or she doesn't? Oh, I use Q-tips to clean my belly button out. That's real. Kids, don't ever put or push things in your ear. As a kid, my ear was perfect spot for a bread tie. Oh God, no. Ear trip later. I was okay, but not fun. No. That does not sound good. Sticky icky. Ooh wee. Also, why did the monkey swallow so many chips? The cones don't work for wax either. Just use hydrogen peroxide, then Q-tip everything all out. Hydrogen peroxide in your ear? Hi, Greg. Good morning. Why did the monkey swallow so many chips? Because he was a chipmunk. You're welcome. Okay. Simple. Find the core. Share the core. Compact core. Okay, good. All right. Unexpected. That's the U. What are a frog's favorite shoes? I don't know. A frog's favorite shoes. I don't know. They're good to use if painting toenails and you get some polish on your toe. Oh, that's true. That's true. That was just so bad. You know, I'm gonna tell Ed's son that you said it was so bad, Dub. How do you feel? Because I learned that from a 6-year-old. And when he said it, I laughed for like 5 minutes straight. Just saying. Because I wasn't expecting his joke to be that good. Hi, David. Is that maybe I'm the bad one then? Why does your nose run but your feet smell? My feet don't smell, our club. That's just your feet. Tell them the truth. Open toads shoot. The worst part about this is that immediately makes me want to play Mario because of Toad. I have a real problem. Dub, I have a confession. This is confession number 2 of this broadcast. We bought Mario Party. We played it tonight for the first time, and I can't get it out of my head. I just want to continuously play it. Like, I don't want to work anymore. I just want to play Mario Party and work off my savings and not eat and just play Mario Party. Peroxide in the ear is so good. Wait. You guys, does it fizz? I don't like this. Was his name Alvin too? Yes, about the origin of this joke. We laughed so hard. Warm it up first, though. Warm it up? The peroxide? Warm it up how? Yes, it bubbles everything out for you. Lay on your side, let it bubble all the wax out for you. Oh, Derek, that sounds so freaky, but it sounds like an amazing broadcast. I'm writing it down. Ear peroxide. Why did the I can't say that word. Put a dime in his rubber? Why are we saying this? Oh no, feet guys here. Oh my god, wake me up when you play tonight. I'm ready to throw a banana peel at your car. I'm ready to ink you with a squid. So take that. You are really obsessed. Don't let me sleep. I'm sorry, Ed. My son's favorite is what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Okay, that's a good one too. Mario Party, why? Because Mario Party is the most amazing thing in the world. Everyone's taking the toad as a drug. Everyone know what it is. Oh yeah, do you lick the toad, right? It makes you trip. Is that even a real thing? Wasn't saying your feet smell, just one of those things that don't make sense. I know, our clubhouse just trolling you. I've heard that one before. No, that's good. Because if he can't come, he will call. Lenny, is that a joke from payphone days? Lenny needs new jokes, you guys. I have a joke that nobody, like young, like I can't tell the kids, like, how do you find Will Smith in the snow? They don't even know who Will Smith is, and they definitely don't know the answer is look for the Fresh Prince because they don't know what the hell that means because I'm old and they're not. It definitely works. Oh my God, Derek, I'm gonna do that live and it's gonna be freaky. And if it doesn't work and I have to go to the hospital, I'm gonna send you the bill. So send more super hearts. I'm just kidding. Yes, Sarah loves Mario Party. If you guys have Mario Party online, I don't know, can you play online? If you do on Nintendo Switch, bring it on. It feels so good. It's like itching a spot you can't itch. Oh, really? What about hot tub party? Do you have a hot tub we can borrow? Because I would love to go into a hot tub. What do you do I? Don't get it. Oh gosh. I no, I didn't miss it, Lenny. I did not miss it. It was horrible. Back to success. Derek. They'll immediately think that joke is racist. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Thought that was going racist. You know who I told that joke to? What's his name? Ron White from Blue Collar Comedy Tour. He almost blocked me. It was on Periscope. He was live. And I said, how do you find Will Smith in the snow? And he was like, how? He's like, I will block you if this is racist. And I said, you look for the Fresh Prince. And he was like, oh, okay, that was good. That's the whole point because everyone thinks it's racist and then it's not racist. It's like unexpected. It's unexpected. It's simple. It's concrete. It's credible, I guess. It's not really very emotional. It's not really a story, but it's got like at least three of the six sticky components. Will Smith is the coolest man on the planet. That's good. Will Smith is playing the genie in the live action Aladdin. Oh, I heard about that. My mom is a nurse and I have her do it to my ears all the time. Wait, I can't do it? Wait, you put on a Q-tip, right? My best joke, a dog, kitten, duck is chillin'. Kitten goes, I'm Siamese. Dog says, I'm mixed breed. Dog goes, what? I only have it on the Wii. I fucks with bread? I don't know what that means. Kind of makes your throat tingle at first. Oh, I do this. Do you guys do this? Is that kind of weird? It's very racy. So this client canceled their services, then called when their email didn't work today. Really? Now that's really weird. My Wi-Fi was making me so angry. Can you please help me, Elaine? Can you fix it? That was kind of a joke for El Django. I did not get it at all. It was like, whoop, right over my head. You pour it in and let it. No, I'm not pouring hydrogen peroxide into my ear. You guys, what are you doing to me? You do that in your sleep? It's pretty comforting. I do that in my sleep. It's weird. Is it comforting? Your snores are comforting, so I'm glad. David does that? Yes! All in harmless fun. I'm not racist. I have friends of all nationalities, color, race. No, there is no racist jokes. It's like that, but with you not doing it. Huh. No, pour some in with the cap. Don't like overfill with it, but enough to get things loosened up. You guys. I don't want to pour stuff in my ear. Oh, that's so creepy. How am I gonna get it out? So I just like pour it in there and then flip over and let it fall out. I like to feel your neck when you're doing it. Okay, that got weird. Is it? You're doing a whole scope of fart noise? Is that a fart noise? That's not what a fart sounds like. According to studies, you shouldn't clean your ears all the time. They naturally clean themselves. I've heard that about vajayjays too, and I don't clean mine all the time, so that's fine. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's go back to this. I'm not even on the right page anymore. Okay. 2, unexpected. What I just said was a very good example of unexpected. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. Oh yeah, what did you hear about the Italian chef? He passed away. Where's my tongue scraper? Ew. You tip over after you let it sit for a minute. Ed, did you see that I keep putting the tongue scraper closer and closer to your sink? Will you please use it? Because it amuses me. Olive oil will loosen your earwax. I don't like this. You tip over after you let it sit for a minute. I really like the Will Smith joke. Thank you, Sarah. Me too. Both with Q-tip and then lean like you did. Leave it in for at least 3 to 5 minutes. What? On the cover of Time. Taylor on the cover of Time, or was it TMI? I just made that up, guys. Don't worry. I practice hygiene, except in my mouth. Are you trying to get me to try it? It looks ineffective. It doesn't look better? No, it doesn't. CVS has earwax removal kits. Brushing my tongue feels better. Well, I still brush my tongue, obviously. Sexiest Bitmoji alive. Wait, Bitmoji, do you have a Bitmoji, Wayne? You have the sexiest Bitmoji alive? You make me want to get Snapchat just so I can see your Bitmoji. Ed's gonna be jealous. He's gonna be like, stop looking at that Bitmoji. It will bubble up like a Mentos and Coke. Guys, you're not helping. It sounds like my head's gonna explode. I like to brush it with mouthwash. What? Another joke. How do you sell a deaf person a chicken? I don't know if I like this joke. When you hear the bubbling stop, you know it's time to get it out. I think I would want it out immediately. I already want it out and it's not even in. That's what she said. Can someone else please test this and let me know what it feels like? Seriously, I got earwax. Tango, just stop. Seriously, I got go back to the butt jokes. I got earwax super ball buildup, had to get removed, but the doctor told me we're not supposed to clean all the time. My live action app will allow Bitmojis, unlike Periscope. Oh, your live auction app. I want to try the peroxide in my ear. Let's do it live. I love peroxide. It kills every time. Okay, let's it kills every time. Does it though? Ed will be our first guinea pig. And if he does not die, his head does not explode, then we will do it in my ear. Sound good? I think that sounds good. All right. So unexpected. You want to get their attention with surprise, and then you hold their attention with interest. 3, concrete. Help people understand and remember, and help people coordinate. So Dan is going to be very confused when he watches this. Yes. Completely unfair, but effective. Your mic is cricketing again. My ear is not even moist. Okay, it's moist. All this talk about moist ears, and I'm like getting moist. Are we better? What book are you talking about? Your mic is fine. Oh. Made to Stick by Chip and Dan Heath. Why some ideas survive and others die. So she's not crazy. My great grandfather got his ears done, and I took half a day of work off to see it. It was 90 years of ew. Comedy is definitely an art form. Yes. This is why I need peroxide. I don't even hear any noise from the mic. I don't know, guys. It could be my hair bumping it. I don't know. So the acronym is SUCCESS without the last S. So SUCCES. There's 6 components to a sticky idea. Simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional stories. So we talked about simple. We talked about unexpected. You know, you want it to be unexpected. The information should be something that they don't expect. And you can also do this and captivate their interest by creating a gap. You can still hear it? Is it still happening? My mic isn't registering any sound here. It's good now. Okay, okay. Hydrogen peroxide would help with ear dirt. Apparently, Bill, apparently. Maybe it has to do with age. Actually, that's true. As we get older, we can't hear high pitched sounds. Give a seagull Alka-Seltzer. No, ew, Dr. Waddell, mute. Stop that. Don't explode seagulls. That's not cool. Let's focus. If you create a gap in someone's knowledge, it causes them to want to know. Like they might not, we don't know what we don't know. So if you present something to someone that they don't know, all of a sudden they want to know it. We want to close open loops in our minds. We don't like not knowing things. We desire to, to know everything, really. And that's why mystery books are so popular. That's why mystery books can pull people all the way through to the end because people don't want to put it down until they know what happens in the end. And same thing with shows, movies, they kind of like give you little clues and hints throughout so that you feel like you might know, you're trying to figure it out, and then they fill the gap that they created in your knowledge by the end. Is that what makes people go nuts with conspiracy theories? Probably. It's unexpected, right? And the unexpected is interesting to us. It piques our interest. So that's what you can do. I think a really good example of someone who does this on Periscope is Flash. He's a DJ that is on Periscope. He wears a mask and his broadcasts oftentimes he'll say like he'll start out and say like, "Oh, I want to tell you guys some story. I'll tell you in a few minutes." And then you're like, "Oh, I want to know the story." And then he'll say something about the story. He'll give you a little something, be like, "Oh, what happened next?" And then he'll stop. He'll play music for however long. My attention span is too short for this, but it does work on a lot of people to create a gap in their knowledge, and then you desire to fill it. Sort of like how we used to feel about Game of Thrones. I have this house for sale. Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah, I hear sounds most people can't. Sorry, the nurse at my hearing test couldn't believe it. Hmm. So look out for my barbecue fest scope tomorrow. World Championship here in Memphis this weekend. Oh my God, I just immediately wanted pulled pork with sweet barbecue sauce on it. Not barbecue sauce, like the sweet vinegar. What's the word that I'm looking for? You know what I'm talking about. How do we apply this to business? It sounds intriguing. Yeah, so you I have a house for sale. Now it's so awful. It's in for a penny in for a pound. I'm not sure what we're talking about there. Sorry, Luke. That's Carolina style. Yeah, good, but not Memphis. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. I do like that kind of barbecue though. I need more water. Keep coughing really loudly. What's Memphis style? Like typical barbecue sauce like we think of, like honey barbecue and like savory barbecue, smoky. Had lots of gaps in school. Didn't work. What didn't work? JC. So for real estate, I'm not exactly sure how to do this. I feel like with live streaming, I have a lot more creative freedom. What's the word? Creative license to create stories, to create gaps in people's knowledge and then to fill them. I'm not good at this because I don't really wait to tell you guys the punchline. Like, I just say, "Oh, you want to know?" Well, I guess in this case, I kind of did with this book review, but usually, especially if there's not a lot of people in the broadcast, not a lot of comments, I just say it. Like, I just sum it up. Okay, here's what it, like I said, there's 6 components. The acronym is success: simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional stories. Boom, moving forward. So that is not really like I'm not really opening up the gap and then making you guys wait for it. I'm kind of just telling you all at once. Memphis barbecue is wet barbecue. Barbecue nachos, mesquite. I feel like the word mesquite is underused. You can create your own future. Okay, do you want hickory? Maybe. Dickory dock. I'm in Charlotte, but I love all the Carolinas barbecue. Yeah, now I want some barbecue tomorrow at some. Oh, if you want to learn how to sell your house in 7 days for top dollar, follow me. I'll talk about it tomorrow at some point. It's called anticipatory set. That being said, I walk into a room. Thank you, Lope. I can hear if a TV is on, even if it's dark. There you go. Does that stick? It does, I guess. Not really. It's not very interesting. So, um, sell your house and I guess it would maybe be interesting for people who want to sell their house. So, excuse me. It's simple. It's unexpected. It's unexpected. 7 days. Yeah. It's just to me, I'm not selling a house, so I was just like, that's not interesting. But I'm not your target client, so I'm sure it is interesting. Thank you. We can all agree that Arkansas white barbecue sauce doesn't count, right? That sounds delicious. I like vinegar. I like vinegar on my stuff. On my food. On my food. You pervs. Food. Maybe I'm the perv because that's where my mind went with it. Okay, so there you go. Open up a gap in their knowledge and then fill it. So this is very pertinent for live streamers. And this is like when I talk about the story of this channel, what this channel is all about. I have to try to keep it simple, but I think it's unexpected to a lot of people that I used to cut myself and I used to be suicidal and I used to feel super dark and I would lay in my room at my mom's house while she was like watching TV and I was going to sleep in the dark and I would be cutting the flesh of my hip with a seashell because that was what I had handy to cut into my skin with. And I would just go over and over and over again the skin until it cut because that's where the bone was and it helped me to have like leverage to cut through. People don't expect that. It's unexpected. People find it somewhat interesting because they see that I'm very happy now and they kind of want to, it opens up a gap in their knowledge like, well, how did you go from there to here? You know? Banana challenge had the stick factor. I know. Yes, you did pay the prize. What are you talking about? I like famous Dave Devil spit. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. I'm hating Alabama right now. Why? Dry rub if you want Texas style. Oh, dry rub. That doesn't sound as good. I like wet barbecue. Then we finally did. Yes, you did. I still say banana challenge all the time. It was so sticky the entire time. Concrete. So concrete is a cool one, I think, because they our brains cannot really process anything outside of concrete thoughts until we're about 15 years old on average. When we're about 15, we can start to process abstract thoughts, thoughts that aren't so black and white. It's hard for young kids to process gray areas. They want to know what's right and what's wrong. Is this the way it is? Then it's always the way it is. And if it's not this way, then it's never this way. It's hard for them to really comprehend abstract things. And I realized that I, as an intellectual, oftentimes deal in the abstract and that what I would consider kind of higher levels of thinking. But again, it's not about dumbing it down. It's just about making it easiest to understand because we can all process concrete thoughts. Even if we're over the age of 15, which all my target clients really are, the easiest thing for us to all understand is concrete ideas. So that's why I've been shifting from focusing on, well, this channel is to boost positivity and to increase positivity to we want to help people to smile. We're trying to bring smiles all around the world because you guys know what a smile is. It's a concrete image in your mind. Positivity doesn't really invoke an image, right? It might invoke an image of a smile or a feeling, but it's abstract. It's not concrete. A smile on someone's face is concrete. We all know what a smile is. We all know how it feels when we smile, and we know what it means if someone's trying to make people smile. They get the idea. And it's concrete and it's simple. Amen. Hey, Win Luan. I love a nice gray area. Oh, here I got a little gray area for you. You guys see that? There's some gray area. Gray area. All right. There's an island in Scotland for $150,000, untouched for 70 years for people in here who buy houses. An island? Hmm. They passed a law which punished doctors 99 years in prison for abortion, even if raped or incest. Today? See, this is unexpected. Did you shoot the money gun? No, I did not shoot the money gun, Winluan. And thank you, Art Club. I appreciate that. Your channel is for awesomeness. But even that awesomeness is an abstract, right? So something concrete was kind of hard for me to come up with, but I did come up with that. Build new learning on established learning. But you don't want to be bogged down by the curse of knowledge because you know too much. You know the technical jargon. You know all about your business. I know all about my life story. What I just said about using the seashell to cut my hip skin, I don't think I've ever shared that publicly before because I knew it. Like it's just, when I talked about, oh, I used to cut myself, I never really gave details about where and how and you know the kind of the story, an image that you can actually think of, a concrete idea using a story. You know, I'm starting to learn more about how this is a stickier idea. It's more real too. Like you can imagine what it would feel like to be in a dark room crying with, and you have like all you have, the only sharp thing around you is this seashell, and you know what your hip bone is like there, and you can imagine just kind of like grinding away at it with a sharp thing until you saw blood. And that's so much different than me saying I used to cut myself. You know, people cut themselves in different ways. Did I try to really kill myself? Did I slit my wrist with a knife? I mean, it's kind of abstract, you know, so giving the concrete context is important too. Statues have concrete smiles. Okay, good point. I took a steak knife and sawed my wrist once over a girl. Mm. It was signed into law. I'm sorry to hear that, Dr. Waddell. Oftentimes I was depressed over relationships as well. Extrumal, welcome to your first day on Periscope. Sorry, we got a little dark there for a moment. It was signed into law? What the hell? They just signed a law to make it abortion illegal? Where? Those are just silver highlights, and that's my story. Yeah, I got these new highlights put in by nature. I like your ideas and my thoughts of concrete versus yours versus anyone, unfortunately, nowadays, no matter. Fact, everyone has a different interpretation of fact. Okay. Is it narcissistic to want to buy this island and name it Edface Island? Yes. Which is shit, especially for someone that understands science. Thanks for your bravery to give us a part of your story, though. It's all good, Chango. It's never like I was trying to keep that from you guys. It's just that I never really thought about giving the full picture because like to me I just knew it was knowledge that was already in my head. It's like when I used to train people at my old job and I already knew so much of what I was talking about, so I'd say Higgs code and they'd be like, what is that, or ICD-9 code, which is like the code that goes along with the diagnosis. What is that? Higgs is the code that goes along with the equipment. So like a wheelchair has a code, and then someone who has like spinal stenosis has they have a code that goes along with that. So I'm using jargon with this brand new person who has no idea what I'm talking about, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" Like, it's the curse of knowledge. So knowing too much can actually be a hindrance, and that happens with investing as well. I've read this in, I'm not sure what book it was. Oh, was it Gut Feelings by Gerd Gigerenzer, or maybe Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. One of those two books. I read them right around the same time as each other a few years ago, and they talk about how investing. So if you ask a group of people, random people off the street that aren't, they are not investors, they don't really know anything about stocks or the markets or anything. You give them a list of stocks and you tell them to pick a few, and they're going to do a simulation of investing. So they're going to invest X amount of dollars in whatever stocks you pick. And then they have very educated investors, people who know all about the markets. They study it every day. Maybe they're day traders, maybe they're long term investors, whatever. They know this industry. They know what stocks, they know what these businesses are. They see the, can't think of the word, the symbol for it, like Twitter is TWTR. So they see it and they know what that company is, and they can go and they can look at the financial sheets and figure out, okay, well, I think that this is a good investment and so on and so forth, and they pick based on knowledge. Well, the common person off the street performed better than the investors, the professional investors. Mainly what they think is because they recognize certain companies. So they would say maybe Twitter, they would say, oh, I know what Twitter is. So they don't go look at financial statements. They just say, oh, I know what that company is. So obviously it's kind of a big deal. It's probably going to be pretty successful. It's not probably going to go anywhere. Where the people that know too much, they know all of the companies. So nothing really stands out to them per se. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Alabama. Oh, Alabama passed that law. Oh my God. I hate them too, Wayne. What the hell? You're missing a finger now. Oh my God, because you cut your wrist? Are you serious, Dr. Waddell? Oh my God. 20 some white dudes just did. Alabama is crazy. I give out the ICD code idiot a lot. ID10T. And it's actually ICD-10 now, but when I was working there, it was ICD-9. Bama football players are in trouble now. Jeez. We hide our insecurity instinctively. Your honesty is appreciated. I'm not insecure about that. I have insecurities, but that's not one of them. I'm not ashamed that I used to do that. I would move from out because I know that I'm probably there's probably more people that have been in that situation than not. I don't know about cutting themselves, but feeling pretty dark. You would move from Alabama. Me too, dude. Um, okay, thank you, Coley. I'll see you later. I love you. Thanks, Zenpoot. I have a perspective of Taylor as strong, confident, impressive. Your layers are beautiful. Thank you, Chango. Mentoring takes more than being expert. Agreed. We talked about mentoring, how to be a good mentor a week or two ago. Hi, Laura. Hi, Mark. Did I say hi to Mark? Hey, BA. What's up? My trivia friend. I gotta go to bed. No horses yet. I thought you didn't need sleep because you zap your brain with a 9-volt battery. I love you, Wayne. I'm just kidding. I'll see you later. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, you guys. So we talked about concrete. It helps people to understand. So how can you make what you do more concrete? I think Ed has the curse of knowledge with his real estate company. He knows so much about it, and he's been doing it now, what, 10 years, that when he talks to me about it, I'm like, I don't know what he's saying to me right now. Like, and I'm a pretty smart person, but I don't know the technical jargon of real estate. I don't know even, I didn't know what a broker was before I met him. I still have like kind of a fuzzy idea of what it is. I don't know, like he'll be explaining to me really fast, like the how the bank holds. I don't even know the words, like the lien holder, the bank, and the other person, and then you have this, the government involved, and if they default on their loan or if they're, foreclosure, and I'm like, I don't know what any of these words mean. I know I have the ability to understand these things, but it's really hard to track with what he's saying, so I don't really learn a whole lot because I'm like, And I don't want to slow him down either. So it's the curse of knowledge. For him to go to like a brand new client and try to explain to them, yeah, maybe they're like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. He has good authority bias. But at the same time, they might not really understand it. So it's not super concrete. It's not necessarily simple and concrete. Kind of what I was talking about. No, we talked about mentoring a few weeks ago, but talent of passing or teaching or explaining to others is key. Yeah, concrete is important. You watched it, Derek? Yay, thank you. I confused my clients into signing. Oh my God. You don't have a finger now. Oh my God, Dr. Waddell, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's like the worst outcome. Well, I guess the worst outcome would be death. So a finger is not so bad in comparison, but it's like a constant reminder. I would imagine anyway. Of course you know. Why am I saying you know? I say you know too often. Thank you, Dave. They're like, whoa, I don't get any of that. I better hire you. I can't. All right. The next one is credible. So people need to believe what you're saying, right? I don't need to tell you that I used to cut myself in the dark at my mom's house with a seashell on my hip bone. I don't need to tell you that. But you're much more likely to believe me because I give you those details than you would if I didn't provide you. Those details technically are irrelevant. The core of the message is that I used to want to I used to cut myself. Let's say that. I used to cut myself. That's the core of the message. But you actually are more likely to believe it if I provide kind of irrelevant details. And that's what they found in court cases. So they did like mock trials where they would have a jury proposed with basically two different scenarios where one would talk about like they were talking about this kid and they were talking about the type of toothbrush he had. He had like a Spider-Man toothbrush. And another case where they just talked about the facts. They didn't talk about his Spider-Man toothbrush because it didn't seem relevant, but the people were more tied in and they found the testimony of the people who talked about the details more reliable, more credible, which was kind of like a mind explosion for a lot of people because we thought, well, people just want to know the facts. Irrelevant data is really not important, but it kind of is. It provides context, and that can really, really help people to map it out in their minds. And we can actually talk about simulation now. That's in the stories too, but I find it really interesting. And just in case I forget to get into it, I posted this on my Instagram stories last night about simulation of past events versus simulation of future events. So this is pretty interesting, I thought. So they did an experiment with some UCLA students, and these students, they were split into three groups. The control group was given, all three of them were told to think of a stressful situation they're currently experiencing. And you guys can do this now too. So think of something that's stressing you out. It's stressful, but it could potentially be solved in the future. And therefore it's likely temporary. Most likely a temporary stressful situation, like you're studying for a test or you're up for a new promotion or you just got a new job or something with relationships, something like that. Not necessarily like somebody died, like something that's pretty permanent. You want something that's temporary. And think of that situation. And the control group was given information about how to handle problem solving. So you need to think about all your options. You need to make the best option, weigh them against each other, do pros and cons list, and pick the right option and go for that. So there was no simulation involved with the control group. Then there was, and the control group did the worst. So I'll just put that off to the side. Telling people how to do something isn't as powerful, right? Just absorb, like me reading this book isn't as helpful as me actually simulating how to solve my problems. So simulating the past is you think, how did you get to this situation? You close your eyes and you think, what step by step, how did you get to where you are now with this stressful situation? What was the first sign that it was heading down this path? And what was the next and the next? And what kind of happened in order, progression of time to get you to this point now where you have this stressful situation? And that was the group 2. Group 3 had to simulate the future. Close your eyes and imagine that this problem is now behind you. You have succeeded in solving this problem, and how do you feel? What is life like now that you're not dealing with this stressful situation and you've successfully achieved the solution to it and you've pulled off solving the problem? And then the people were sent home and they were to continue every day. They were supposed to do the simulation again for 5 minutes. continue the simulation every day for 5 minutes. It was like a 2 week experiment or something. And the group that actually had the most success, actually, I wonder what you guys think. If you saw my Instagram stories, you already know. But what do you think? Which group do you think had more success? The people who thought about the past and thought about how they got to where they are today, or the people who thought about the future and pictured themselves successful with the problem solved and behind them? So group, you can just say past or future. The people who simulated the past or people who simulated the future. Excuse me. That's unbelievable, Bill. I already forgot what I said. But if it was unbelievable, then likely it's a sticky idea. We need to talk about jealousy, moderating, and more one night. Can we please? So disgusted right now. Can you tell me more, Lenny? Because I'm not sure what I would talk about with that. I tried to go asleep on a train tracks when I was 15. My friend saved my life. Oh my God, Chango. Thank you for sharing this, you guys. Dr. Waddell, Chango. I know it's not easy to kind of bring that stuff back up, but this actually ties right into what I'm about to say. So this is perfect. I'm over that now. I did that over a woman. I was young. Yeah, yeah. Wish I could say lots of things in common, but need to get to bed. Thanks again. Yes, our club. I know. I'm so glad that we've met. And I hope that you get some good sleep, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, Bill thinks past. Laura thinks future. In private. Yeah, message me, Lenny. Yeah, I check my messages on Monday. So if you message me now, I'll get to it on Monday. I'll have to pick the rest of this on replay. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Derek. I know you're really busy. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Thank you for the super hearts. And I hope to see you back again soon. I hope you get some good sleep too. Hi, Mark. Hi, Kieran. Kieran, thank you for sponsoring the channel with such a trolly number with 69 cents in the what am I thinking? The cents spot. What am I saying? Let me just shut up. Thank you, Kieran. You're awesome. I appreciate you, and I always keep you close to me at all times. The word popcorn is kind of like clip. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, so the person who is correct is Bill Kaneko. The past. Simulating the past actually helps people to solve problems better than people who simulated the future. So Kieran just got here, and I feel like he's definitely interested in like conflict resolution. He's good at this. So I don't know if you were lobby watching, but they did this experiment where people simulated the past and how they got to the current stressful situation that they're in, and they simulated the future. So doing visualization. So two different groups. One thought about how they got to where they are, and the other thought about the problem being behind them. So what is it going to feel like when you have the problem solved? What is life going to be like? How much easier are things going to be? What's going to be different? How you're going to feel, visualizing the future. And it turned, you saw it on Insta. Okay, okay. Maybe the white popcorn's making my tongue wet. I don't actually eat that popcorn very often. I just keep it there. Oh my God, you hung yourself too. You feel ridiculous? That's not ridiculous. That's real. That's very real, very emotional, and very much a part of your story and is why you are where you are today. So don't like cut off pieces of yourself. Just try to look at yourself holistically. Come on, you watch Holistic Dev. I'm sure she'd say the same thing, right? Holistic Dr. Waddell. All right. Good morning, Slap. How you doing? So, good morning. Morning. Aren't you in Texas? Isn't it midnight? All right, let's move forward. So the people who had the most success are the people who simulated the past, which is totally contrary to what we hear with all these self-help gurus and all these books about visualizing the future. Visualize where you want to go. How are you going to get there? What steps are you going to take to get through this? And how's it going to feel when you're where you want to be? What's life going to be like? Be really detailed in all of every single piece of all the five senses. And yeah, I know, Bieber. I'm doing mighty fine. So I'm glad to hear that. What was surprising is that actually the people who took more action and were more successful in actually solving their problem and making progress in the 2 weeks that the experiment was were the people who thought about how they had gotten there, because they were thinking about what caused this to happen, what led up to where I'm at now, what role did I play, what could I have done differently, what maybe even other people you could say, oh, once this person got involved, things really went down a different path. So is there a way to get this person out of the situation? And we can go back to the way it was before. You're looking at like what caused this, cause and effect. The effect. So rather than just say, okay, well, how am I going to deal with this effect moving forward? You look back at the cause and you say, how did we get here? And that enables you to solve the problem even better. So I thought that was really, really cool and kind of like blew my mind because that was not what I was expecting to happen. All you can do is do you. Yeah, you can learn and do different things over time too. So external credibility means like someone else it could be an authority or an anti. So we're still talking about credible. I got into stories a little bit there with the simulation, but I didn't want to forget to mention that. So with establishing credibility, you can have external credibility, so other people that aren't attached to your business. You know, you're not paying them to say what they think, and they're either an authority on the subject or an anti-authority. So an anti-authority is someone like when you see those smoking ads, right? These are people that were smokers. So it's an anti-smoking campaign, but they have an anti-authority. They had someone who smoked their entire life come and say how their life was affected by this. You know, they're not like pro non-smoking people per se. They might be now, but only because they were a smoker for so long. Hi, Heinz. Oh my God, Hindsight Live. What is that? Did you just change your name? What's happening right now? Hi, Katie. Explain why the future-oriented people were not successful, please. It's not that they weren't, they were more successful than the control group still, but they weren't as successful as the people who simulated the past. Um, I don't know that they necessarily said why. It was a UCLA student study. I don't have it open to that page right now. That was just something that I'm pulling from memory, but it's in this book. But you can also probably find, actually, it might be in the notes here towards the back. Nope, that's the index. Notes. Why does mental simulation work? What does it say? Imagery in human classical conditioning. That's what it was called. Imagery in human classical conditioning is the study, if you want to look into it. Sounds like an experimental design, pre-test, post-test. Well, it was basically everyone was in a stressful situation right now. They were basically having, it was, questionnaire based, I assume. People are saying, like they would ask them, okay, what steps have you taken to resolve this problem? And the people who took the most action towards resolving the problem were the people who had been thinking about how they got there in the first place, rather than people who thought about the future. They were thinking about the future. Oh, this would be so nice when I have it behind me, but they weren't really like connected to, okay, well, I'm going to solve it. They were like, I want it to be gone, but they weren't necessarily like thinking, well, how am I going to get it to be gone? It's like they were jumping past the activity. I think they were also simulating like what they could do to solve the problem, but by reflecting back on the past and seeing how you got there, it was giving you more insight into what would actually work. And it was giving them somehow more sense of power, to more control. Like they were like, I can solve this. I got myself into this situation. I can get myself out, rather than being like you're still where you are now and saying, oh, maybe you're blaming somebody else, or you're not really thinking about how you got there. You're just thinking, okay, well, how can I get out of it now? Both were more successful than the control group, which were people that were just given like a list of problem solving techniques. Those people made the least amount of progress. So they're both helpful, but the most helpful is simulating how you got there, which a lot of people don't do. I never do that. So that to me was really exciting. And they talk about the power of simulation, even like if you simulate what you're going to do, like before you go play golf, if you go through a simulation where, okay, I'm going to use this club, I'm going to hit it like this, and you just think about step by step how you're going to do it, you perform better across the board every time. Not, I don't know about 100% of the time, but the majority of the time, people who mentally simulate going through a process ahead of time perform better when they do it. So I could learn from this by thinking, what am I going to say in my broadcast? And I do that by writing some ideas down ahead of time and thinking, okay, what am I going to talk about in what order? But I don't actually sit there and mentally simulate it. So that could even improve my performance with that. Address the ball. What? Good night, Mark. Change in force. Oh, it's still the same account, but you just changed. Ooh, I like that. Hindsight Live is a really good name. I like it a lot. Stop and activity. Okay, all right. You picture yourself doing good. Is that a question? It has a question mark at the end of it. Not sure. You're asking me if I do that? I really don't practice visualization a lot myself, to be honest. Maybe I should. Actually, not maybe, but I definitely should, according to this information. And I would like to try doing it some more. So credible. External credibility, internal credibility are the things like stats. People tend to use stats. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to talk about. They went to I don't actually remember what the event was, but it was a convention. Let's just say it was a convention to help people with their businesses. Let's be really general and vague here. So there was a bunch of different workshops and seminars with different topics on how to advance your business and how to do better in business. Well, they had this guy there, which was he was supposed to go and evaluate the whole convention and figure out how could they improve the convention. So he had different people on his team, and he made sure that each person went and attended every single seminar. So they were monitoring every seminar so they could basically do quality assurance and quality check on every seminar, every part of the convention. What he told these people to do, and they didn't know that this was happening, the speakers and everyone, they didn't know what he was going to do, how he was going to make it better. I don't even know if they knew they were being evaluated. But what he had his people do was go and only take note of, instead of taking notes on the whole thing, which is the typical way we learn in school and in general, write down every time they tell a story. So every time someone uses a story to make a point, write that down and take note of the story. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about the stats. Don't worry about body language. Don't worry about technical expertise. Just write down what stories they use. And they went to the convention owner or coordinator and they presented, here are all the stories from all of the different workshops and everything that we attended. And this is what you should be focused on. Stories. Stories are what really lock in people's memory. People don't remember stats. They might remember like it's a lot. I remember it was like a big amount, some crazy problem that's going on, but they don't remember the stat, but they'll remember the story. So when you tell a story, people are much more likely to remember. So they tested that too for the attendees of the convention. They asked them, okay, what are the stats on these different things? How many households, whatever, XYZ. It was something like 2% of people remembered the stats. 63% of people remembered the stories. They remembered the story throughout. So they would say, oh, what was that seminar about? Well, they would remember a story that someone told in that conference. And the speakers were very offended and they were very upset because they felt like they were being almost belittle, like only the story was valuable. But the reality is, it's not that the rest of the information isn't valuable, it's just that the story is the easiest thing to remember. So it's highly important that the story is a good one and it has your message in it. And it's simple and it's unexpected and it's concrete and it's credible and it's emotional. And then finally, you get to stories. So that's kind of like you could use that for internal credibility. If you use stories, it's more powerful than stats. You're a terrible driver, but you can do island shots. I don't know what an island shot is with an iron. Hey, A-Train. Welcome back, Ed. Hi, Stefan. Okay. Use convincing details. We talked about that. Extraneous, irrelevant details actually can help to provide context and help people to picture it in their mind. Because going back to the simulation, people, even if you don't think they are, even if you think your audience is passive, right? You're there up on the stage, you're providing the information, your audience is not doing anything. Their mind is involved. They feel like they're connected to the protagonist of the story a lot of the time. I know you're talking about golf, but I don't know what an island shot is. Um, so for example, like if someone drinks water and they're supposed to picture that they're drinking lemon juice, they salivate more. If they drink lemon juice and think to themselves that they're drinking water, they know it's not, right? But you're supposed to just imagine that you're drinking water and they drink the lemon juice, they salivate less. So your mind is very powerful. It's very much engaged. And when you're reading a story, so they did, again, two groups. One group had a story about a guy who went for a jog, and before he went for the jog, he put a sweatshirt on. And the second group had the same story. The guy went for a jog, but before he went for the jog, he took his sweatshirt off. Okay. Later on in the story, they mentioned something about the sweatshirt. The people who thought that he had left the sweatshirt behind, thank you, Kieran, for the super hearts, and had removed the sweatshirt and left it back at home, took longer to read the sentence about his sweatshirt because it was like somewhere else in their memory, right? They left it behind. Like physically, they somewhere in their brain, they were picturing this playing out. They weren't just reading words, just objectively. They're part of it. They're tied in. They're saying, "Wait, sweatshirt? I thought the sweatshirt was back at the house." why are they bringing up the sweatshirt now? They have to basically, in their mind, kind of like travel back to the house and get the sweatshirt back from their memory where they left it behind. And they found that to be like this revolutionary thing, that the audience is not passive. They're actually more active than we realized prior to that. Some holes are on islands. Islands? What? Kieran said he likes to tell stories, full of wisdom. Juice. This is not me. This is just from the book. Yeah, and I feel like Kieran. I feel like this book is like you could have written this for sure. The anonymous contributor. Is there even an anonymous contributor up here? He's like, no, he's on here. He's on the list. His name's on there. Anyway, so credible. What else do we have here? Make statistics accessible. Oh yeah, so rather than just telling people numbers, they say like using visuals, again, ties into concrete, using something that gets people's attention and is unexpected. So they were talking about like this company that basically advocates that talked about, or activists is the word I'm looking for, that were trying to get people upset about how many nuclear warheads and how many nuclear bombs exist in the world today. So they just telling people like there's, I don't know the number, say there's like 50,000, and instead of just saying that number, because it's kind of arbitrary. It's like when someone says how many grams of fat or carbs is in something. Like if they don't have something to relate it to, they just don't really know. And to say, like at one point they were saying like a bag of popcorn has as more grams of fat in it than 100 pieces of candy. Well, candy is not really like considered to be a high fat food. It's more of a high sugar food, so it's junk food. And it's not really like it's a, I don't know the right word for it. I don't have it written down, but it's irrelevant, right? It's like not a fair comparison. And people can use that sometimes to manipulate people, right? So people can say, oh, well, it has less fat in it than like something that is healthy, right? Like some coconut oil or something to try to combat irrelevant statistics, basically. So with losing my train of thought, sorry. Oh, with the nuclear bombs. So they were going house to house. They were doing door to door demonstrations to get people, you know, lit up about this cause to try to slow down the production of nuclear warheads and put a stop to this. It was during the Cold War. So they would go around with a metal bucket and a case of BBs, like a BB gun, the little round little bullets. So BBs are a weapon. So it's something that people associate. It's destructive, it's a weapon, it's something they can comprehend. It's more concrete than just a word to say there's 50,000 nuclear bombs. They would go with this metal bucket and they would drop one BB into the bucket, which is loud and obnoxious, and it's like ting 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 when it drops in. And they said that's Hiroshima. Okay, that was the bomb in Hiroshima, which people are pretty familiar with. People know that Hiroshima had a nuclear bomb dropped, and it was the first nuclear bomb. And then I don't remember the actual progression, but at one point they at the end they say this is the number of nuclear bombs in the world today, and they dump like 1,000 or however many the ratio is. They dump 10,000 BBs into the bucket, and it's extremely loud, and it's very it's just very like just sort of disturbing and alarming, and it's just like gets people to have some kind of comparison. The number is not as important, but the ratio, right? So this one bomb was extremely destructive, and it was just like a drop in the bucket, literally. And then you have 10,000 poured on top of that, and it's like this is what we're dealing with now, and the bucket is full, and you're just kind of like it's showing like this is out of control. This is something that is important for us to be paying attention to. So that was just a way that they used something that made the statistic accessible to people, using a visual, using something that would kind of hook. More mental hooks, the more sticky the idea is going to be. Thank you, A Train, for the super hearts. Did your device say Oreos? It said Oslo's. Need a visual anchor. Made it relatable. Exactly, exactly. It made it stick. So even if they don't know the number, they still get the core of the message, right? The first thing we talked about is keep it simple. So just to recap, as we're getting a little bit, we're a little more than halfway through the six. The six We've been broadcasting for almost 2 hours and I don't even know how to speak anymore. The 6 components of a sticky message, a message that an idea or a message that can stick and help people to remember it, is simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional stories. Simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional stories. Success, chopping off the last S. Success. So we're in the credible part of this right now. We talked about simple, unexpected, concrete, and now we're into credible. Thank you, A-Train, for inviting your followers. I'm so excited for our mastermind call this Sunday. If you guys aren't in there and you want to be in there, nextjuice.com, click the shop button, $25, and you can have access to our mastermind group. We do a call once a month, and it's at least an hour long where we just talk about our goals. I talk about the different books that I've read, different concepts. We share ideas and experiments that are working for us in our businesses, in our lives. We get support from each other in areas that we may need it, and I just look forward to it every single month. So A-Train's in there. I'm really excited about it. Oh yeah, the shark attack. That was another one where they made the statistic um, accessible to people. It said, what do you think's more likely to kill you, a shark or a deer? All right, thanks, Boxing. Enjoy your day at work. I'll see you later. Thanks for being here, and thank you for the super hearts as well. What do you think's more likely to kill you, a shark or a deer? Yeah, of course, JC. Yeah, it is a deer because you having a collision with a deer in your car is much more likely to kill you than a shark is going to kill you. All right, I'll see you later, Dr. Waddell. Some people ignored the poll though. What poll, A-Train? What about what their favorite season was or something? Deer. Yeah, exactly. And that kind of put like there was like a shark hysteria going on after Jaws came out. So they were trying the shark protection advocates were like an activist. I keep saying advocate. We're trying to protect the sharks. So like don't hate sharks. Like sharks aren't these evil murderous things. You're more likely to die from a deer. And it stood out to people because it's like, wait, Bambi is gonna kill me? You know, Bambi's more likely to kill me than Jaws. Yeah, that's the reality. Oh, there was a new one? Oh, I don't know if I saw it. I think I would have answered it if I did see it. Sharks get a bad rap. Yep. And they talk about that a lot during Shark Week too. They try to kind of balance it out. A little water break. Shark Water, a great documentary about sharks. Oh, that sounds good. I like nature documentaries a lot. I haven't been watching a lot of anything, TV, movies, anything. Um, Use testable credentials, try before you buy. The Wendy's ad, which was "Where's the beef?" It was like this old lady that's like making fun of McDonald's and Burger King, how their burgers were smaller than Wendy's. She's like looking for it, but where's the beef? And Wendy's has got like the big beefy patty because the reality was Wendy's burgers were bigger and had more beef, were bigger, more substantial than the burgers at McDonald's and Burger King. So it was testable. It was something, it gave it credibility because you could just go and see for yourself. It wasn't something you had to take anyone's word on. And finally, in the credibility topic, you have find an example that passes what they call the Sinatra test, which is in the song New York, New York by Frank Sinatra. He says, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. And that's the concept here. So if you can prove to someone that you did something really challenging, something that's like, whoa, if you can do that, you can definitely do what you're promising that you can do. Like when people would take the vacuums into the houses and they would pour red wine on your carpet and then, do like it was not vacuums, but the like steam cleaner type vacuums. They would clean it up and it's like, whoa, well, if it can get red wine out of the white carpet, then it can do anything. It can vacuum up anything that's going to happen to you. And they did a lot of different tests. Same thing like Cutco. When I used to sell Cutco knives, we would take the super shears, these scissors, and we would cut a penny in half. So we'd ask them, hey, do you happen to have a penny handy? And they'd be like, it's their penny, right? It's testable. Like it's not a fake trick penny. They have, if they didn't have a penny, I had a penny, but there's real pennies. So you take the penny and you cut it in half and with the scissors, and they're like, whoa, and you're like, yeah, so you can cut through anything with this. I just cut a penny in half. Hi, Casey. Can someone give you 50 a month? Yeah, John. Yeah, you could do that if you want. I appreciate that. Clara Peller, the Where's the Beef lady. Yeah, she became like an overnight celebrity because of that ad, actually. That's funny you knew her name. They mention her in here too. And then the next one, the next component of a sticky idea is emotional. So now we've talked about simple, unexpected, concrete, credible. We're into emotional. We already talked a lot about stories, so we're getting pretty much to the end. 50 cents. I would rather you not. I'd rather you just save your money up until you could send me more at once because PayPal charges me 30 cents per transaction. So they charge me 30 cents per transaction plus a 3% fee. So your 50 cents would be like 15 cents. Heinz is back. Welcome back, Heinz. Oh yeah, look at your picture and everything. Look at you go. Yes, I'm loving it. So emotional, make people care. Tap into emotion, not manipulatively, but just realize that, just a bunch of facts and figures doesn't really like why do people care? Why should people care about your message without having some type of emotion, showing that you're human. When people talk about, there's actually a quote from Mother Teresa where she says, if I look at the mass, I won't act. If I look at the individual, I will. And that's like when the people like what is it, the Christian whatever, where they try to, I don't know the name of it, Christian something fund, where they try to get you to send them money for their charity. They tell you the story. They go up to a little girl in Africa, and they say, "This is, let's just say Sarah. This is Sarah. If you support Sarah at just $5 a month, she will have clean water to drink. She'll be able to eat more healthily. She'll have good clothes. She'll be able to go to school. She won't have to live in this poverty-stricken land that you see her in now." They give you the individual. They give you the story. They get into your emotion. Like, hey, you sitting on your couch with $5. You send $5. You save this girl's life. You're gonna change this girl's whole world. You can have pen pal relationship with her, writing back and forth. You can sponsor this family or this individual, and it taps into people's emotions, and it makes a big problem seem more possible to do something about because you're helping one person at a time. I love you too, Jenny. Just realized that we all have a lot in common. Yeah, I always say that people are more good than bad. Most people are mostly good. Hi, Jenna! Do I believe it? Do I believe what? What you just said? Yes, because I said it first. You took it from me. I like to troll you about stealing my ideas because you always say I steal yours. All right. Make people care. Use the power of association. Yeah, using words that haven't been, had their meaning zapped out of them, like the word unique. The word unique has been used significantly more in modern day than it was in like the early 1900s or something. So unique used to mean like unique, something completely unlike anything else. Well, now people say unique kind of all the time. Sorry. It's overused. Its meaning has been stolen. So now people have to use different words that are associated with the point that you want to make. You have to kind of like adapt because that's what happens. You use a word, everyone starts using it, and it becomes associated with something that kind of means like participation trophy or something. Like unique no longer means what it used to mean. Can you manifest your own destiny or talk into existence? Oh, I didn't really watch much of that. Manifest your own destiny or talk into existence. Like law of attraction. I mean, I think you can if you work your butt off. I don't know that you can speak it into existence. I think it's good to be focused on what you want. What does kind mean to you? Probably like altruistic, putting others before yourself. Look it up. I learned that from you last week. What are you talking about? The secret? It's interesting to you. I learned that from you last week and I've already used it in my life. People are mostly good. Yay! Yeah, I think so too. It's not my thing. I'm sure I got that from somebody else. But I really do think that. Appeal to self-interest and not just base self-interest. So this is why I did the broadcast the other day about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So realize people aren't just motivated by money and sex. They are motivated by those things, but they're also motivated by transcendence, about trying to help other people to reach their true full potential and their own, what do they call it, self-actualization, reaching their own potential. All these things are motivated, and realize that people are motivated by what's in it for them. So always remember your message has to have, what's really in it for them. Some are motivated by fear. Talking into existence. It's a real thing. Okay, I am black. All right, we'll see. Now, appeal to identity. Who am I? What kind of situation is this? And what do people like me do in this situation? So they did this with, there was a really rampant littering problem in Texas. So to get people to stop littering, there was different options. They could just slap them with really hard fines and say, hey, you're going to be fined $1,000 if you're caught littering. Stop. It's not worth it. Well, the people who were littering were like pickup truck driving guys who are kind of anti-authority, right? They don't really care about what the government wants them to do. It almost appeals to them more to, it's almost the anti-authority, it appeals to them more to just say, well, screw you, to stick it to the man. So what they did instead, they did this campaign where they got all these kind of like macho guys, like football players and wrestlers, from like well-known people that were from Texas, even Willie Nelson, people that were appealed to people who are very loyal to Texas. And they did these things where like, hey, littering's not cool. We don't litter. And people have that association where it's like this person is like I am. I'm like this person, so I want to be like this person. Like it's you have consistency bias, which is a cognitive bias. If this is the way my group that I identify with, is this the way that my identity behaves, then this is the way that we behave. It's almost like we accept, whatever what is my group doing? Okay, that's what I'm going to do too, to some level. That can be dangerous, obviously. It's good to look at life from a positive point of view, not a negative point of view. I agree. Yeah, and I think it's your choice. Sometimes bad things happen and you're going to feel negative and that's normal, but as much as we can try to focus on the positive, we're going to move towards what we focus on. Like if you're riding a horse, the horse will actually go towards whatever you look at. So if you're looking down at the horse when you're riding it, chances are it's just going to stop because it's like it doesn't really know what direction it's supposed to go in. If you're looking forward and you have your eye on the prize, it's going to be easier to move that horse in the direction you want to go. Same thing with your car. If you're looking this way, especially when you first learned to start driving, you guys remember that? Wherever you looked, you'd like when you were going to switch lanes, you're going to merge onto the highway or something, you didn't have that like you could turn and look and keep your hand steady. You kind of like, the car went where you looked. So it was something we had to learn to override because that's our natural instinct, is to go towards what we focus on. And that's where I think law of attraction, it has some basis in reality. We're going to move towards what we're focused on, but at the same time, we're not always going to make it to what we're focused on. I always think that you should focus like much further than you'll likely get, because then you'll at least get a little bit closer. You'll fail a little bit higher. I look all over, peripheral vision on fleek. Ed freaks me out the way he broadcasts while he's driving. I'm like, dude, you're not even looking at the road. You're just staring at your phone. He's like, no, my peripheral vision is amazing. I'm like, dude, you're going to kill someone, and I'm going to say, I told you so, and our life will never be the same. Okay, vehicular manslaughter. Stay tuned. And the last one is stories. We talked about that, get people to act, stories as simulation, stories as inspiration. So you can tell someone a story to inspire them as well, and use what sticks. Remember that success, SUCCES, simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional stories will help people to pay attention, understand, remember, believe, agree, care, and act. So if you're a business owner or some type of influencer, if you're a motivational speaker, or you are a manager in your job, if there's something where you're trying to convince people of your idea, even if it's like your family game night and you want people to pick the game you want, all of these things can be really helpful. So you want to use simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional stories, and your ideas are going to be a lot more sticky. I hope that you guys enjoyed this book review. Are there any last questions? Because I actually only have about 9 minutes left of content today. I don't really see the point of doing a 9-minute broadcast, so we can kind of just like chill and hang out for 9 minutes. Kind of have to pee. Also, I might just be like, screw it. I'm not going to do it because nobody's commenting. Okay. If I give money, please don't put my name on that list. If you give money, please write not to put your name on the list, because that will help me. Yeah, just write anonymous, or like, please don't put my name on the list or something. Speaking of a friend that would bail you out of jail, Heinz made me a mod. Aw, wait, he has mods now? Wait, am I a mod? Heinz? He just made me not a mod because I don't believe in The Secret and he's mad at me. Sonam doesn't like that I don't believe in it either. But sometimes it pisses me off because stuff will happen. Like me and Ed will just have talked about something and then it'll happen. I'm like, freaking secret. People are more receptive to suggestion right before they eat. Interesting. I heard that McDonald's uses the colors, I don't know if this is true, but they use the colors red and yellow because studies said that it makes people hungry and then it makes people also want to leave. So it makes them hungry and want to leave because they don't want people like hanging out in McDonald's. Law of attraction, baby. Ed always says he's gonna law of attract the most ridiculous things. You two use it like a savage. Hi, Katie. How are you? We're done with our book review, and now I'm just like, hey, we only have 8 minutes left. Why don't we hang out? Okay, 7 minutes. I have to pee. I shouldn't drink more water, but that's gonna happen. So since no one's commenting, I'll just keep rambling. What I think helped me the most and stuck with me the most, let's go through it. So simple is important to me. I totally have the curse of knowledge. I give too much information. I overwhelm people with info. It works 5% of the time. I'm a believer. How many fast food restaurants use red and yellow in their decor inside? I'm not sure. McDonald's. I feel like Wendy's is also red, right? And yellow. Is it red and white? But inside the Wendy's now are like all fancy, like granite, brown stuff. It's like supposed to be really comfortable, but I think Wendy's always tries to sell themselves as better than the other fast food restaurants. What colors does Burger King use? I don't know what colors this is. A lot. Carl's Jr. Yeah. Chick-fil-A is red too. Wendy is bougie. Oh, Janko. Ah. Hi, City Cynic. I've never used Unique Makeup, but Wendy does sell it, and she just sponsored the channel today. And Soapy Shara said that Unique Makeup is thebomb.com. So there you go. Credibility. Is that internal credibility or external credibility? I feel like that's external credibility. Katie. I don't know why he's being nice. Actually, did I tell him? I don't think I told him about you having a rough day yesterday. In and Out is red and yellow. What about Jack in the Box? That's red too, isn't it? Creepy. Oh, okay. So simple, that's important for me. Unexpected, I think I already have that one pretty much naturally. I'm very unconventional, so what I say and do is pretty unexpected most of the time. It's actually become expected now. And concrete, that one I can work on because I tend to deal in the abstract, so making things more concrete, more black and white. Credible, I'm big on credibility. I like to use research and facts and testimonials, and credibility comes easy to me. Emotional, not so much. I've been trying to work on that. I think as a woman, I do tend to have I have more estrogen and progesterone, I don't know what it's called, progestin, I don't know, in my system, so I might tend to be a little bit more emotional naturally, a little bit more empathetic than men. It almost seems like women tend to have more social awareness potentially, but I don't know if that's the case. I always feel like when someone tries to say something's male or female, it's just personalities, right? It doesn't make you male or female or masculine or feminine. It's just a matter of your personality. So emotional, I think I could work on more too. Um, but I feel a bit manipulative because it's not natural to me. Like I don't want to prey on people's emotions. I don't want to like say things just because I'm trying to get people to feel a certain type of way, right? I only want to use like the reality. Ed's high. It's always been a thing. When did that happen? Because we are friends. When did that happen? It's always been a thing. As a woman, you are perfect. Thank you, Ed. I'm glad, even though he said I pooped my pants earlier. Pay up. What? That's the next one. And stories. I don't use stories enough, so I'm going to start to use stories more as much as I think of it. So this book was awesome. I'm definitely going to give it 5 stars. If you haven't already signed up for my book reviews email, I encourage you to do that. It's totally free. I only send 3 a year, and there's going to be on average about 16 books on each review because I read a book every single week. So what have you got to lose? Nextjuice.com. It's free. If you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. You can also look at my previous emails on there to see what they're like. It's straight up just a review and summary of each book. There's really no sales pitch or anything. I think at the end it says this content is made possible by people that go to nextjuice.com and click support. And this channel is also made possible by that. So thank you guys for doing that. Thank you to all of these people who have done it over the last 30 days. And on okay. And on Sunday, we have our mastermind call. So if you want to be a part of that, same website, nextjuice.com, click the shop button and you can get access to the mastermind group calls. We do monthly calls in there. I'll be talking more about this book in there and applying it to real world problems and goals that we have among the group. So I'm really excited about that. I always get excited about that one. Last month we talked a lot about the one thing, so we're going to be following up with people to see if they focused on what they claimed their one thing was last month. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of great people in that group, top broadcasters that you guys know, like Sonam, Wolf Puppy. Also, they're featuring Stephanie, Steph Taylor, cool people in there. Ed's in there, Dan's in there, Asif's in there, all sorts of fun people. Matt, A-Train. Who am I forgetting? Lots of people share. My mom. All right. You guys are awesome. I love you. I really have to pee, so I'm wrapping it up. Thank you for being the top contributor of Super Hearts, my love, Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed. Thank you, Eduardo, for the Super Hearts. Thank you, Callie, for 6,000 Super Hearts. Brent for 3,000 Super Hearts. Thank you, A-Train. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Boxing. Thank you, Eunice. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Poems. Thank you, Kieran, for 6,000. Thank you, Jason and Bill, for each sending over 1,000. Ed's in there, automatically not cool. To be a little stinky in that moment. That's true. Celebrity appearance. Thank you, Thank you, Chanka. I hope you have a great night too. This goes against our friendship. I love you guys. Thank you. Please do check out our website, nextjuice.com. Click the support button and make this channel possible. I mean, help to keep this channel going and growing together. I can't think because my bladder is full. If you know me, you know that I can't think when my bladder is full. Oh my God, I have so much to do before I go upstairs. I'm going to pee my pants. Holy crap. Okay, I love you guys. I hope to see you on the next juice. This has been a moment in time with Taylor, and I love you, and bye.